y'all. This is Jonquel Jones.
This is Mike Strong with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yo, it's your boy Buddy Hill. This is Jazz the Kid Chisholm.
Clay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors.
And you are logged into
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
You're logged in with 10 year senior.
You dig?
You know, I think we need to always start the show with some kind of beverage. We need something to get the energy going. We need something to, because this is 2 hours now, right?
Iced or hot?
I don't know. Whatever we could get, however we could get it. If there's anybody out there that sells either iced or hot beverages that I don't know,
Brewed?
can be brewed, but
I feel like y'all beating over the line. We need coffee. We need coffee. It's 11 a.m. start. We
On
need
a
coffee.
Saturday.
We need coffee.
I was talking about like an energy drink of some
No,
sort.
definitely coffee.
Do they have energy drinks?
The coffee, extra shot of espresso, that makes it an energy drink.
You know what I did tell Ronaldo? Because, you know, I am back from Chile.
Oh, yeah,
Shakes,
John's back.
Protein shakes are $1.25 for 20 grams of protein, like in the store.
And I immediately thought, listen, in the history of me learning about South America, I have known that people fly to South America and they bring things back. I would like to bring back something different when I go to South America, and that is copious amounts of protein.
No,
shakes.
it looks the same, so you can't bring it back. You depending on how you pack it.
They test it.
If you
Take it from someone.
Well,
who
this is already mixed and everything ready to go. Chocolate flavor. It tastes good too.
Take it from someone who travels with supplements, and
You think they have a
TSA
coffee
will
flavor?
Grab you every time they run a little test.
oh, okay, fair point.
Coffee flavored, yes. Coffee flavored. Well, I almost said the exact tagline. Welcome to the Accredited here on Guardian Radio 96.9, powered by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo, and John is back. The team is whole again.
I got to ask, do you feel, is it safe to say that this is your most exciting time? You have John next to you. You could play the games that you like to play. No?
It's safe to say that
When?
you ruined the entire intro
Okay.
when we go and we say our name, and then we add something to that.
I'm John Mark, and the WNBA expanded to 7 games final series just to have 4.
Ricardo, I never thought about it like that. Shout out to Vegas.
The Aces, man. The Aces did a thing. The Aces definitely did a thing. You know what? Since we here, like, let's just stay on that for a second, right?
Shout out to John Lucas for winning the championship with the team.
Oh, yeah. Tangential connection to Bahamas basketball. Maybe more Bahamas basketball connected in the future. We don't know yet. Breaking news. We'll keep you posted. But I didn't think of that until just now. That actually was amazing. But you know the thing about it, though? The Aces were a false lower seed.
Yeah.
They were... People knew they were the better team, but they went through that rough patch, and then all of a sudden they won like 17 games in a row, and it was clear if the Liberty didn't stop them, then no one was going to stop them, and that's what happened.
I mean, that's what just happens in basketball when it comes. So, not saying that the women's basketball isn't great. It's just that the league.
Boy, I like when you start sentences like that.
But the league just isn't deep enough right now. Even though there's so many players, it's like the super teams theoretically are there, right? And in women's basketball, different than men's basketball to a point. When you have a superstar like Asia Wilson, that just changes the dynamics of everything. Look at when JJ was the best player in the world, when she was taking Connecticut to the finals and her team really, that's just women's basketball. Like, one person will make the entire difference.
And the thing about Asia is, like, she's not just great on offense, because we saw her hit a game winner. So great on D.
Yeah, taking after Bam.
There's so many ways we could take the book.
We were supposed to just let it sit.
Okay.
And of course, this new 2 hours of the Accredited is sponsored. This extended version of the Accredited is sponsored by.
You don't have to do the hand gesture. Is already too much hot water with just the phrase.
This is an audio medium. They didn't even know I was doing the hand gesture. You gotta let that ride. This extended version of the Accredited, brought to you by our benevolent sponsors at Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook.
This is where we put the applause in.
This is also where I am sure Cardo has many things to say that would fit into, like, you don't have company lines. You're supposed to
No,
say.
we definitely have company lines. It was just, I needed to let what happened before that go. But yes, we are now sponsored by Everybody Wins Live, the biggest and best sports book in the country. So if you want to place your bets, get your bets in, that's the perfect place to do it.
I agree.
You know what I love? I love like when we just be talking and then he have to shift to company mind. The tone in his voice is changing everything. Like,
I mean, I don't blame him.
No, that's good. I just like to witness the transition. Somebody has to do it.
Everybody has to win, and now we're winning.
It ain't gonna be me. Somebody has to do it. So it's great if he could, flip the switch and turn it on. So whatever sport you're interested in, there is a plethora of sports. You go to Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. You know how to do this. You log in and everything is out there. It's very user friendly. I've been toying with the layout. It's great. You could find whatever sport you're interested in. I know it's NFL season, so that's number one right now. NFL is king sports when it comes to sports betting. So there'll be more to hear from us with that kind of thing. If you need help on how to bet, 10YS got your back. NBA season is about to kick off pretty soon. The MLB postseason is gearing down toward the World Series. And we got hockey fans out there. The NHL season just got underway. So
Put it all on the Panthers.
They cost me last night, but anyway.
I just want to get talking about long term. Like, see,
futures.
they got a couple people injured. The captain is injured.
Yeah. Barkey's out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Kachuk.
You think I could talk hockey with
definitely do that. Apparently, we have a whole hockey community out there. It's strange.
No, because it's easy to bet on.
A lot of
Here's
Canadians
a hot
also
take.
here.
Sidney Crosby will be a Florida Panther by the end of the year.
Ooh.
Did not expect that.
They call Kachuk the greatest free agent signing in Florida sports history.
No, he was traded there though from the Flames.
So he's the greatest trade.
Yeah. No, he changed the franchise completely.
So greatest acquisition.
Yeah, greatest acquisition.
That's
Easily
probably
because
what
they
it
went
was.
to the finals, lost to Vegas.
Right.
Shout out to Vegas. Then they made the finals again. They beat Edmonton. Then they went to the finals again. They beat Edmonton. And now, like I said, they're going to be a really good team. They just got to hope that they get the captain back because he tore his ACL and I think it's MCL.
But he said 4 months.
6 months.
He said he back in 4. No,
Hey.
Spo broke the story. It was weird because Spo was like, I spoke to him and everyone is like, what is the coach of the Heat doing breaking news on a Panthers injury?
No.
But anyway, Spo said he back in 4 months.
Hockey players are built different.
Maybe he been to Chile and get whatever you get.
Hey. Carter, I don't
Now
know.
all of a sudden, John is back to just playing tennis like everything cool and everything normal.
I don't know if Carter listened to last week's show where I was told I should be playing in the Master Series at ITF level.
Let me ask you, Carter.
Hold on. You can
ahead.
just gloss past. Why?
Apparently, I'm that good.
Okay. Go ahead now.
Let me ask you something. If someone tears an ACL, we've been watching sports all of our lives. When we know somebody has an ACL, MCL tear, or whatever one of them, we accept them to be down
For the year.
For a year,
Yeah.
right?
I was down for a year.
And these are professional athletes with round-the-clock care by anyone you could possibly think of. John back on the court playing tennis. John did not have round-the-clock care. John just went to Chile. As far as I'm concerned, John was limping when he went on that plane.
Advancements in modern medicine.
I did a lot of physio.
Advancements in Chile. John was limping when he went on that plane, and then the next thing I know, he was sending videos showing this incredible lateral movement. And I was like, all right, whatever they doing in Chile, it works. $1.20 protein shakes, eh?
Anti-Derrick Rose.
$1.20 protein shakes. All right. So I want to get to what's our lead this week. This is something that I thought this was one of the, you know what? We could actually use a part of this for the easy take of the week because this is something that universally should be applauded. And I think this is something that everybody that has talked about sports in the Bahamas was calling for, I would say, decades.
The National Lottery?
This is the second thing that everyone has been calling for in sports in decades. Mini basketball is finally back. And I feel like we have said it on this platform. People have said it in passing conversations. You're seeing what baseball and any of these other sports that starts at the grassroots level. If you have kids playing in organized leagues at 4, 5, 6, whatever years old, it kind of bodes well for your development track all the way through. How could we have these things in place for these other sports and not in place for basketball, which is probably the most popular sport in the country?
Right.
So in comes the Island Youth Basketball League, and finally a league dedicated to kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. It's powered by Ballin' on the Beach, started by Jarrell Mullings, of course. She's the league director, and along with a name that people in all basketball circles, I think, know, Neville Manny Adderley. So first impression, what do we think about this? What do we think about the fact that this is something that actually came to fruition?
I mean, it's about damn time. As LeBron James said. No, I remember growing up, there was always like youth tournaments going on, and basketball from the youth level was always a year-round thing. And I also feel that we were to a point where our basketball success, granted, I don't think we play enough basketball at a high level here, but
We don't play enough of anything.
But the grassroots level was able to help the kids develop enough to be able to get those scholarships to go off. Because you remember Sunrise used to just be Bahamas Basketball U.
That's it.
Like every kid from the Bahamas who was in this whatever program was getting a scholarship to go off. Like I've known a ton of people to get scholarships to go off. So now it's just different.
So the thing about it is, and that hit the nail on the head, because whenever it comes to any team sport, we just do not play enough. Whether we don't have the resources, whether we don't have the numbers, and that's probably true. We don't have the numbers to have a high level of competition played throughout. So stuff like basketball, any team sport, I think it suffers. But this would at least help to shift the tides of that. Because the earlier you get kids playing, and I'm not talking about you in your neighborhood and you playing 21 or whatever, or you just playing pickup basketball. You play organized basketball at a young age, and I promise we will be able to see the benefits of this down the line.
When I saw the report, the first thing came to my mind is how does that work with the ongoing school programs? Does this now sidestep it? Is this going to work like a club program? How does that portion of it come together?
So the same way how kids are in their own individual track clubs, their own private track clubs, and they still run for their school. Kids play for their school baseball teams, but they still play in JBLN Freedom Farm. It would work the same as any other sport. I think this just gives you more time and more opportunity to focus on
more
it.
reps.
Yeah, you get more reps. Like John said, if you ain't playing enough, you're going to get coaching from people in this league who are specialized coaches. You're going to be playing more games, more reps, more everything. And this is just a great venture that I think it's been far too long without it.
It's also at this level. There's different levels to it, but the younger you are, it's more about just having fun and being exposed to the sport. It's not that these kids are going to come out and they're going to, I don't know, like I haven't seen any of the stuff, but I don't know how Bahamians will react if a kid takes the ball and travels down the court and then lays it up. Like that is normal at a mini basketball age to not dribble the ball properly, to pick up your pivot foot. Like I hope that the people ain't going to, this ain't basketball. This is just like the point about it is to have fun.
No, because I see them. So they have a pre-T-ball division at Freedom Farm, and that's like 3-year-olds, and they don't know how to play, obviously, but all it is an introduction to the game. Because the earlier you start to develop this muscle memory, learn these mannerisms, start to learn concepts, then you can see how that can speed up your development. Because most of us, I'll speak for me, I feel like the first time I even played organized basketball was maybe 7th grade, maybe 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's probably later.
I know that. So organized basketball as an actual basketball coach and like play 5-on-5 for players was like probably when I went to St. Andrews in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I do remember though, there was one year, and it was just such a stupid thing, but it was amazing because we played on the low rims, and we played. I was at Life for Key, and we played St. Andrews, and it was just like dunking the whole time because they didn't play on 10-foot rims. But yeah, no, the first time I played, like a lot of people, like our generation, a lot of people miss the whole being brought up in the game. Everything was you go to the park and you shoot.
That's it.
You watch these people play. That's how come I feel like the memories of us, when people say chameleon, when people say Mitch, when people say that, you think of oh man, yeah, no, when I saw them play, that was the greatest thing ever because you've never seen anything like that.
But even then, you can't even go around and play pickup like that until you're older. You can't do that kind of thing when you in primary school or kids starting as young as kindergarten. So when I think about it and I was looking for sports, I can say this as a parent. I remember when Kaizen was like 4 or 5, looking to get him into every sport because I'm like, we're going to just throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks. Well, there wasn't exactly a basketball league that I could put him into. You could go in a club, you could get individual training, but there was no league for me to go sign him up to say where he could go play, like how he went to Freedom Farm and at 4, he was learning to play T-ball. Right. And you see where that takes him now. Baseball is still huge part of his life, second only to his phone. But but the same thing can happen in basketball, and I'm so happy that Jarrell and Manny took this on and took a huge step in changing the game here in the country.
Is there a launch schedule already ready to go?
So right now they are having the season began with a Jamboree tip-off, which is a tournament, and then that's going to we'll be prompted with what's happening further on down the line.
But you mentioned like you want Kaizen to play all the sports. Just so people know, your kid, I'm not raising your kids for you, but I'm just saying, should be playing every single sport. The studies have been done where a kid who plays multiple sports growing up is less likely to get injured than if they just stick to one specific sport.
That's just gone full Nick Saban.
Yeah, but that's not.
I raised your kid for you, but if you want your kid to be decent, get him in all four sports.
Get them all sports, because the movements that they have, everything translates to other sports. Yeah. Now, if you think they're going to specialize, you can start doing that at 12, 13, but that doesn't stop the fact that saying, do track and field, do basketball, do baseball, play soccer, play golf, play tennis. These are sports that all of these, like all the movements, help you long term. Yeah. So for us to now have mini basketball back, where these kids are now able to do something different with different movements, it's just injury rate's going to go down. Let's just put it that way.
Which is always a very important thing. And look, nobody's saying that, and I think this is another thing that you gotta get parents to understand as well. Nobody's saying that because you put your kid into this that you think your kid's gonna get a scholarship or they're gonna play in the NBA. None of that. No.
Scholarship's illegal here, right?
They'll make you feel like that when BISS track and field rolls around. But no, it's very normal for everyone. But this is what I like about it, and this has been pretty much the brand of Ballin' by the Beach. If you know the way Jarrell does things, the organization of it, top notch. Like these kids are coming out, they're getting uniforms. You see the signage everywhere. There's coaches that are well versed in the game, so you can rest assured that your kids are actually learning from people that know what they're doing. And the structure and the idea behind it seems like so easy and seems like a no-brainer for a country as basketball crazy as us. I just want us to get to the part in the discussion. Why do we think this has never happened before? Why did it take so long now?
Do they still have Father Martian or no?
That's why I asked if this is going to replace all of that.
No.
Okay.
This is outside of that.
Yeah, nothing should ever replace for what we're used to seeing.
Let's just put it that.
No, you can't.
No, but that's why the easiest way for me to equate it to is that's why I keep mentioning like JBLN and Freedom Farm, because that it's the baseball equivalent to that. It's outside of the structure of what you do with your schools. This is somebody that wants to take it further. Okay, everybody just leaves me hanging on the limb.
Oh, sorry.
That's when we let the moment stop. Yeah. You know, not when you're making your jokes.
Okay, sorry. I got you. So the Island Youth Basketball League, you can still register. So you can reach ballinbythebeach.com, and that's by the beach, BYDABEACH.
So dull.
Yeah, balling by the beach.
Okay,
Balling by the beach. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Some people probably spelled it like that naturally.
So now I'll just be looking forward to, and this is not going to happen until years down the line, but I'll be looking forward to who are the first kids that are going to emerge from this and be able to say my basketball journey started here. Because everybody thought the story was so cool with VJ and Buddy when he talked about the camp.
You know, Kai was in one of Jarrell's camps before. Yeah. So it's like there has been people who have been able to go to these camps, and yes, it may not be to the point where it was the beginning of his basketball journey, but it was throughout his basketball journey where he went to one of these camps, he participated in one of the camps. And every single time you have a success story, like let's be real, people, you're not going to have 30, 40, 50 success stories at a time. If we average one every couple of years, then that's more than enough.
That's amazing for a country with no real structure. It's amazing for a country that doesn't have a professional league, or it's just now really starting to really dig deep into the grassroots system. But another thing that I thought was really great about this is it wasn't like they were operating on an island. Well, ironically enough, the name is the Island Youth Basketball League. But they were joined by everybody who was there at the press conference lodge. So you had the BBF was there. You had the NPBA was there. And I think night leagues need to partner, and every night league team should kind of have
a mini club.
Have a mini club, like
It's-
how it works in soccer.
But it's to the point where so a lot of these teams have a Division 1 team and a Division 2 team.
Just
so
have a cadet
you have
team.
an adult, and then you have a cadet team. And the cadet team, like I understand it's difficult, but you could start it saying you could almost make like an AAU type style.
That's what it should be
cadet
like.
team. But the issue here is people like that's my player, that's this. We got to get out the mindset of this is my player. You have to the same way how we say let kids play every single sport. You have to let kids play with other kids to know how to properly play basketball.
Because the number one goal here should be development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like winning Hugh Campbell's and winning GSSAs and that means nothing in long term than these kids going off and being successful because you're trying to pave something for a kid's life.
Can't tell Spider and them that though.
No.
That's
Yeah.
important.
Here's why I think it's beneficial to do it that way, right? Because what is the number one complaint that adult leagues, rec leagues, pretty much anything we have here in terms
Money.
of sports? Okay, what's the number two complaint? People ain't coming out. You ain't getting people in the stands, right? You know who never has that kind of problem? Youth sports. Because parents always coming out, family, friends always coming out and support. So my thing is, you tie those two together. You watch the traction that's going to come from the IYBL. And yes, those night league teams that are struggling for people to come out and support, if you take on one of these teams and you have your players coaching them and you actually forge that kind of relationship, use social media, be smart about it, I honestly think that could blossom. And then what you're doing with that is you are establishing a fan base, and you go from kids that young straight on up.
It's naturally going to go, I watched this kid play from here. Now this kid either goes to a private school or public school. You're going to keep following the kid. And it just not like, as we always say, we don't have a professional sports league here or any professional teams that play in any sports leagues.
Remember all the people that came to us a couple times to do stories on the professional basketball leagues?
Yeah. So we have none of that stuff. But you know what we do have? And it's not a bad thing. It works in the States. You have a school system like college. So instead of us having college, we have high school, which could be the major everything for sports. So you could make sure that you funnel your effort and time into those kids. Your product's going once the product starts getting great, these kids aren't going to have to go off. So the only thing we're going to have to change though is the education system to be able to have these kids take education classes towards the American system.
Yes.
So that they are not left behind. Like that's going to become, then that'll be the biggest issue.
Right.
So that, boy, we honestly could do an entire show on that. You know who we should call and talk about that with? Daryl Sayers. Because that is...
And I'll say that. We could do the entire show on that.
Yeah, we could. I wasn't even being facetious. I was literally being serious.
Now, I'm telling
about
you, we could do the entire show on
Over under 2.5 hours.
that. With that, 3 hours. Because I honestly think people need to know that's a bigger impediment than people realize. You know,
Yeah.
that is huge because you could have all the pipe dreams you want about getting these D1 scholarships and doing this or that, but it's not an apples to apples comparison, our system with the US system. So the credits, your grades are going to be scrutinized on a different level, and NCAA Clearinghouse is a beast with who they want to be
I know
with.
it's gotten less like stringent throughout the year, especially with SAT scores and all those things. But at the same time,
COVID.
it has to match up. Like math has to math, English has to English, and sciences have to science. Like you can't be, you can't think.
It's a bar. I love that.
Yeah.
Math has to math. English has to English. Science has to science.
Make it simple. So simplify the education to an American system. And look, you don't have to do it to everyone. If you have a kid that you could see like, hey, this kid could be a D1 athlete, then tailor his academic portfolio where then you throw the other kids in who might be going off to school, and then you could still have classes with that.
That's why I'm very interested in the long-term foundational plans for this entire program, because that's the kind of discussion we have to come to a consensus on. Like, what is the roadmap here? You start off on the mini basketball, you work your way up, you get into the division play. Then what's next? How do we then transition these kids into college prospects?
So here's how I see it playing out, right? And like I said, this last week, sorry, in October, this is just the mini jamboree, and then the season starts in February. So this was just kind of introducing the public to the idea, get people knowing what's going on, get them acclimated to the idea of we're going to have this league. It's going to be done at a high level. I think the thing from here is, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You see how it's been done. So if I'm taking basketball more seriously than perhaps my classmates or whatever, yeah, I'm going to join this league because I know by joining this league, I'm getting more reps. I'm getting it from better coaches. I'm playing games. By doing all of that, in turn, I am going to be better. This is going to create some different opportunities with it. I'll be better on my school team. It's going to create some out of school opportunities too. So all of this is just, it's like doing extra credit.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. You're doing extra credit in the classroom. If I'm doing an honors class, I can't just sit in class for the same amount of hours as everybody else. I got to do a bit more. So by you joining this league and you dedicating yourself to doing a bit more, then you expect your results to be higher.
Just that much higher.
Yeah. Look, I want to get to some of the names of some of the coaches, and these are some basketball names that you people know. Marvin Henfield, and you know what he's been doing with this program in terms of just he's been trying to focus on specialized training, and he's been doing great things with this program. Valerie Nesbitt, who was a Division I player playing for Coach
She
Hill
was a pro basketball player too. Let's
at
not
Ole
forget
Miss,
that.
and a pro basketball player. We're not gonna name everybody who's a job, but I just want to give you the quality of coaches that it's gonna be. The Abel Joseph.
He could dunk.
It's a perfect way to describe, and that's probably what he's gonna teach the kids. He could dunk, and this one probably is gonna be a big name for you, Carter, as a Prince Wilperson. Yellow, back into coaching for Jarrell to pull Horatio Yellow Poitier
I
back
just was
into
about to
coaching.
say, you just start off with the nickname, but you got to put the whole government in there.
For Jarrell, that is a deep pull, as they would say. That is a deep pull.
But let's not forget, Jarrell was a college basketball player. She played national team, so she has the background and the credentials to be able to do this. That's the most important thing.
She built a brand with Ballin' by the Beach, and then that just sparked a whole sports management franchise where she does this with different sports now. So that part, you know what to expect when it comes with a certain brand, right? When you hear us talk, you kind of know what comes along with this brand. It could be some hijinks, and sometimes now and again be something that makes sense.
Shout out to Mr. Hannah.
Yeah, I like how we anyway. Anyway, like y'all heard Brian Hannah say at the top of the show, the views and opinions expressed by 10-year seniors may not necessarily reflect the views of who it is.
The managing and staff at Guardian Radio.
Yeah, anyway.
Everything
that.
cool.
So we know what comes along with Ballin' by the Beach, and I am looking forward to this league. I mean, I feel like we should be covering this like we should be treating this like the NCAA.
I just was about to say, tell her make the call. We could probably do 1 or 2 little live streams. She can work it out, make it happen.
We are going to commit to treating this like the NCAA.
February, right?
Yeah. February.
I give it that.
That's after GAAA and BISS. So.
I like how Carter was like, I good with that. Go ahead. It makes sense for us to do all of that. Thank you.
No, because if the effort is going to be made to grow the sport, this is the best way to go about it.
I want to shift from youth basketball now to talk about the full-grown people playing basketball. The NBA preseason is about to come to an end as we sit here on Saturday. We're just a few games away from NBA tip-off for this is probably one of the most anticipated NBA seasons for Bahamian fans, I would say, in quite some time. And I'll just start with the rookie.
Say since Buddy get drafted?
No, I would say
Rick Fox.
I would say since Ayton got drafted.
I mean, the reason why I say Buddy is because it was such a long lull of what it is.
And then Ayton was just like a couple of years after.
And Ayton was a couple of years, but we all know what the story is.
So people now get to see VJ play at the NBA level. And before we even get into any of that, I just want from both of y'all your impressions of him this preseason.
Shout out to Bimini, boy. Shout out to Bimini. I'm just
Bimini to the world?
Not just to the world. Like
you're
I was
trying to get people mad now.
No, because what?
That was such a dumb fake controversy. Like most of them are. But anyway,
But anyway,
we should have watched for that.
no, I'm just really impressed by not only his development, the speed of his game. To watch him at this level, I just have to shout out the process that he's been through and the work that he's put in to get to this point.
Look, I understood that everyone loved Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper.
Not everyone.
Yeah. Anyways, right? I saw this man almost help take the Bahamas to the Olympics.
You see how they was making a big deal? Oh, Cooper Flag starting at point guard and so what?
I was
It's
one of
like
those people making
Yeah,
a big
I
deal.
know. I was talking to you. I was talking to you. I was looking at John, but I was talking to you.
I've seen it with VJ where he's been able to actually be a leader on a team just coming in. The exciting part is going to be when Paul George is on the court with Maxey, and if Joel Embiid comes on, because that's just going to open this game up even more. Like he's not gonna have to dunk on people. He's gonna catch a couple bodies this year for sure. Like, look, we were talking about this last week. You weren't on the show. His missed dunk against Mitchell Robinson.
That was such a good missed dunk. That was one of the best missed dunks I've seen.
Is the world becoming like Bahamians where almost dunk is just as good as a dunk?
He's bringing back the dunk.
I feel like the world was always like that. It's just not been a lot of.
we was different.
Nah,
we was different, Otto.
Back then, those T-Mac dunks had things going crazy. Vince had things. So I just think the ferocity that VJ, like that, the way he plays, it gives you that energy. Like, boy, if he get that one, like that's the kind of energy we've missed out of
He can get
basketball.
that one.
He can get more than just that one.
Boy, when he could dunk someone off so hard, it's just gonna be.
You got to pause that, Jack.
Yeah.
You can't say it like that.
I mean, we had commercials, so I mean,
Okay.
those were not with our views and consent of the radio. But anyways,
Brad Hanna got to do something.
we got to Brad handle that before we play that.
But I think VJ's preseason gave
VJ could have played the one summer league game and been done.
his preseason gave such promise. Like when they played in Abu Dhabi against the Knicks,
Yeah.
I didn't care what percentage he was shooting. I was just watching for actions. And I'm saying this like I'm an NBA scout. I'm not. But in the most basic terms, you could see like 5 minutes of him playing and just come away
He
saying,
knows how to hoop.
not just that, he ain't scared.
You know,
And that's the biggest part of being a rookie. And when they say you need time to develop and get acclimated to the game, all it is to not be scared.
But see, that's the kind of joy I was talking about that we've missed in the game. No knocking on anybody that values stats and that's the thing they go by. For me, you kind of lose the taste of basketball when stats is all that matters. I can't let my shooting percentage be impacted.
I know where he's gonna go with that.
You know where I go. That's the way Kobe used to play.
Yeah.
That's the way Kobe used to play.
Look.
Stats did not matter. How did I dominate the game? And that's the mindset VJ
if
has.
stats don't matter, then why they keep bringing up 81?
Y'all.
Anyway, go ahead.
Y'all.
Look,
Y'all.
so it's two things. One, this whole thing of VJ not playing because he hurt, he ain't hurt. They know what they doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've seen this man. He ain't gonna not play because of a little hip thing.
They've shown him in
Yeah.
Philly practice
Yeah, and he
sessions.
dunking people off.
And not just that, he is the one that's setting the tone in practice, like not playing like it's a practice. Like he doesn't know how to tone it down.
11 million a year, I was gonna be like that too. I was gonna make sure everyone on the ball.
I feel like that's what they need. And that's one of the things that Tyrese Maxey was saying, oh, this is the energy that we need him to bring. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the energy that Jazz brings to the Yankees. It's kind of what
You know what the thing
VJ
is
going to bring to
with
them.
the Jazz. This is the first time, and I know Aiden's ceiling's still super high, but this is actual superstar face of the league potential with VJ. Like that's the way I look at it. Where it could come to a point where if VJ wins an MVP in 8 years, I would not be surprised. I would be like, no, if when he's a multiple time, remember, that's the one thing us as Bahamian fans have been missing. We've been missing the getting to an all-star. Now, all of a sudden, VJ could be that perennial all-star for years to come.
And I think, and we mentioned this from draft night, it's such a peculiar thing, but it can be the thing that really jumpstarts his career, that he's not going to a basketball abyss like most top-rated picks would go to. Neither one of the top 3 picks, all of them went to really good situations, and I really want to follow this to see how it's going to turn out for them. I want to see if Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, and VJ will be completely different than their predecessors because they all went to possible playoff teams. All 3 of them could be in the playoffs right away this year.
all I want is I don't need Joel Embiid to try and make this all about him.
He always does.
And that's my concern. That's my concern. I think
he's an MVP. What MVP doesn't make it about them?
But all I'm trying to say is there's space for 2 stars in Philly. Allow this man to develop.
Oh, you need 3.
Hold on. I didn't get into that yet. All
4.
I'm saying is, I agree with John on the 4. All I'm saying is, I don't want this to be a situation where you see the young guy coming up and you're like, well, no, I need more touches. I
don't think he's going to be like that because he played for USA.
But here's the thing. I think VJ's game, particularly
VJ don't care.
He doesn't care.
Particularly this first year, VJ don't need plays called for him. VJ can just play defense, hit open shots, play, and work on things that he gets in the flow of the game, and that'll be perfect. And you know why? Because VJ is not a main option on this team. For them to be successful, it has to lead with Embiid. It has to be Tyrese Maxey on the perimeter. It has to be Paul George doing anything in between. And then the cast of characters behind that.
That should call it a start ball, man. I need to see 1 or 2 isolation plays.
No, but
I need to see VJ, just...
No, you ain't talking about winning basketball. There's no winning basketball where your rookie is called on to do all of that.
So, that's all I need. That's all I need.
Okay, so you ain't concerned about the 76ers winning.
That's what happens. All I'm saying is we had to watch
want the
VJ
Lakers to win. I wouldn't mind the Lakers winning, but
I mean, there's a Bahamian on that team too.
yeah.
So that's
Lakers
why.
Philly finals.
Oof.
Imagine what that would do for the league.
Well,
Imagine what it would
when
do for
VJ
us.
does the recreation of the step over
Oh God.
I'm saying he's a dog. All right,
over Brownie.
since we mentioned
I
Lakers,
go with that.
since we mentioned Lakers, let's go to the much maligned preseason performances of DeAndre Ayton. Me and Cotto. He's been so much better since the time when we talked about it on the show. Okay,
Yes.
so he said right away after that game, everybody chill out, relax, calm down.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing for real. I was just trying to get rebounds
Just get
and
the
play
sweat in.
defense. That's all.
I respected being a true behavior. It's like, yeah, but I wasn't taking that serious. I respected that. Then he came back 2 games. He showed what an engaged DeAndre Ayton would look like. He bounced back with Luka on the court for the first time in the preseason.
Yeah.
Showed what he could do with Luka. So yes, from that
You
standpoint.
want another hot take?
Go ahead.
He's going to be an all-star this year.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's my John.
He's going to be an all-star.
As a Laker fan, we're focused on a few things.
The
I
views and
understand.
express. The views
Y'all
express.
I could play this back. He will be an all-star this year. Do you see how happy he was with Luka on the floor?
That was one of my favorite parts of the preseason so far. I'm actually happy to see that joy in DeAndre.
Trust me.
And the King ain't back yet.
Yeah.
I don't like how you announced that you missed it in the first month just out of the blue.
What you mean you don't like it? You want the man play with sciatica?
No, I want to play with sciatica. I just is like I would love to know that beforehand. That hey, it might be. It just came out of the blue.
Look.
Hey, LeBron missing the first month. Then I see him on a podcast sipping wine, kissing the gas.
Do you know
I'm
that
sorry,
was an old episode?
You could, but hold on,
Draymond has episodes right after games.
Not just that, John.
this is
If you are injured, does that mean you have to be bedridden and not
No,
live
you
a
don't
life?
have to be bedridden. What I'm saying is, for the last 3 weeks, everybody heard about LeBron, and there was no mention of this injury. There was no mention of any issue. And
That's a good publicist team right there.
all right, fair point.
That's
Then
a-
he pops up on his wife podcast just doing LeBron things.
You hear what you say just now?
Go ahead.
Pop
He
up
pop up on his wife. So y'all think just because he's King James to y'all, he get to tell his wife no?
Yeah, man. He's LeBron.
Happy wife, happy life.
He LeBron.
Okay,
She is Savannah.
so
Fair point.
my surgeon, when I went to go see him in Chile,
Oh, be getting inside information now.
this last time, he canceled one of my appointments, right? So I had to move it up a day.
Drugs.
And the first thing he came in and he said, "Happy wife, happy life." That's the first thing he said.
Surgeon notified.
So, in other words, John could have been 3 days on the tennis court earlier if somebody's wife didn't.
No,
just-
I actually had it earlier because I had the appointment
Oh,
for
okay.
later.
So she okay.
yeah, so she
returned.
helped me get on the court quicker.
There we go. Love that.
So all I'm saying is we moved from that, and then the second game, Ayton was like, "All right, fine. I didn't know this was such a big deal to
It
y'all.
was.
If y'all want me to take more shots in the first quarter, I could do that."
All the shots.
And so he has 8 and 8. He had a very good first quarter. He's like, "Yes, I could do this." And then as soon as Luka's on the floor,
Alleys.
double.
Yeah.
In let me just double check how much minutes he played in.
Like, I think
20,
it's-
26 minutes.
But he got a double way before 26 minutes.
So this
I
is
think
what
it was
I'm
like at the 14-minute mark. Is
I thought it was like
Michael
at the 11,
Thompson.
yeah.
He called the game. he was like, yeah, this is what we wanted him to do. This is what we expected from him. I was like,
You
bro,
know, I'm so happy Michael Thompson is the radio guy
Yes.
for the Lakers.
no,
with
he actually
DeAndre.
he's doing TV commentary.
Oh, he's doing
for
TV
the
now?
preseason. Yeah.
Oh,
he's been good.
But I know he's radio.
Sports
I don't
in
know
LA.
if he's going to be doing that.
Probably not
But you
this
know what?
season.
You need someone like him because guess what? He ain't never get hate.
At all.
A Bahamian.
We know. Listen, man. We know what the American media is going to be like. We know what they could be like.
When they win this 19, right? When they win 19.
Say it again, John.
When they win 19.
There we go. You say it with
It's going to be because of
confidence.
Bahamians back on the team.
That's what Sweet Bell said. It's statistic. I know Cardo and Kobe even
You know
know
what?
like stats. It's statistically definable. We have a sample size large enough to tell. Every time a Bahamian goes to the Lakers, championships follow.
But you know what you missed out on
did I
this
miss out
last week? What's Kentucky going after?
9.
What are they ranked? Yeah, you missed that. Yeah,
We could do a whole. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot I was actually doing a radio show just now, and then I realized John was trying to take me away from the NBA. But boy, we will talk so much college basketball here on this platform. Y'all don't even know the half of it.
and you know you can bet on college basketball.
Everybody wins live sports, but boy, watch when we get these commercials. But so Aiden went 4 for 9, and he talked about that instant chemistry that he has with Luka because this is the best guard
Yeah.
that DA has played with because it's an older version of
Okay,
Chris Paul.
here's the thing what I'll say with like guards or whatever, right? When DA is happy, right? Look at when DA played.
That's where I was getting to.
DA played with VJ and Buddy and Eric, right? And he was happy the entire time.
Meaningful
Meaningful basketball, but also players that get him. That's the difference. And Luka, I feel Luka understands DA better than anyone in the league.
The mistake people make is they just automatically assume, okay, they're millionaires. They just play in a kid's game, blah, 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 whatever. No, man, you don't know what it's like. I don't care what your job is. You don't know what it's like to go to that job and you don't enjoy doing it or you don't enjoy the people that you're around. Doesn't matter if you're a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or whatever. When you enjoy your job, you perform better at it. Sports is one of those things where that just kind of happens.
But you said it, the joy that DeAndre had. Like I've been around a lot of interviews with DA.
Mm-hmm.
I've been rejected from DA, and I get it because they're all human beings. Like, you know, people just don't want to talk sometimes. This man, like I say, in that interview, talk about Luka. I ain't seen him smile like that in the NBA since he got drafted.
I mean,
And he had 3 blocks that game.
let's call a
FYI.
spade a spade. The joy he has with Luka is because Luka is going to make the game so much easier for him.
It's not just that. I was playing in Portland where I know I have no shot at the playoffs.
But that too.
I went to the finals with the Suns and I was jettisoned off to Portland where I was stuck inside because there was too much ice.
5 is going to win 19.
Well, it was reported like that.
It was reported like that. John, get him.
Yeah.
Ice. Not
Not that one.
Not them ones. He might have to look out for them
Them
too.
ones.
No, he taxpayer. He got status.
No,
I
but
know.
Luka is going to make the game so much easier for DeAndre.
And
The ability for
LeBron.
him, we've seen that. What I'm saying now is relative to DA, the space he's going to have, especially when it's just him and Luka on the court, Reeves out on the perimeter. He has the ability now to control the paint, maneuver how he needs to maneuver, get the ball in the right position. And what we talked about the first time we talked about DA, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Just put it up. That's it.
So let me ask you this as a Lakers fan, and I don't know if you're a LeBron hater or not. This is
LeBron's my
LeBron's
guy.
last year, right?
I think he got 2 more.
No. I mean, possibly with the Lakers.
No, he got 2 more.
But let me ask you this then. Would you be upset if the team, depending on how the season goes, which is going to go amazing,
All right.
build around Luka and DA, and then whatever money LeBron was getting, build your team?
I think they have to. I think
Hold
they
on.
have to.
No. Hold on.
Sorry,
See?
go ahead.
This is Lakers.
See, the way we do it, you need. I'm not saying that Luka is not marquee. I'm not saying that DA is not a star. What I'm saying is you have the ability to retire in a lot of circles the greatest of all time in a Laker jersey. I think if LeBron plays this season and next with the Lakers,
He's going back to Cleveland.
hold on. If he plays next season with the Lakers, not this upcoming season, the following season, he would have spent more time in a Laker jersey than any other team. To have that ability is hard
And
to
only
do.
win one championship?
If he wins this year, has a chance to go for 3 next year, in a Laker jersey, it's hard not for you now to say you're not only the greatest player of all time, you're not only the greatest Cavalier of all time, but you're now one of the greatest Lakers to ever play all time. He would have that argument next season.
He's actually already spent more continuous time with the Lakers
than any other team. But you have to take in consideration those years in Cleveland.
The going back and forth in Cleveland is the only thing.
So imagine this at the start of LeBron's quote unquote, and I always just use Skip Bayless as this reference. When LeBron came to LA, Skip was like, oh, he's going there to do movies. He's going there for the off the court stuff. So imagine if his tenure with the Lakers ends with him 2 championships, maybe 3, maybe, maxing out the scoring record. All of that done in a Laker jersey. How could you say that's not the perfect way to end the career?
Quick pivot to Buddy Hield and the old Warriors. Is this going to work?
Yes.
The Warriors are really old.
Every team in the NBA is old.
No. Not
every team. I feel like
the Thunder.
I was just about to say a very young team just won the NBA championship.
That's the problem because everybody old.
They were also playing against another very young team.
Also, Cleveland did lay an egg in the playoffs.
As they are one to do. They've been doing that for like the last 3 to 4 years. But
Donovan
I'm just
Mitchell got a lot on him, bro.
Yeah, but no, he doesn't.
Jones has a lot, but
he has a lot of talent around him. But the league is trending very young, and the one young player on this Warriors roster, well, not the one, but the biggest young name on the Warriors roster,
They barely want him.
kind of didn't even want to be there, and they didn't want him there, and he's back there begrudgingly. So I don't know. Like, I like them for. I didn't get the Al Horford signing. If that was the only big you were gonna add, I thought they should have went with some youth because
Kai Jones.
Yes, or a Kai Jones type. I'm just looking at it, and Steph, older player, one of the greatest of all time, but fine, older player. Jimmy Butler, we all know which side of the career him, Draymond is on. Al Horford.
I think the Warriors looked at it like this. If we seriously wanted to compete, there's way too many changes that we would have to make. This, for what we got, we can make a run. If things go well, we could do 1 or 2 things. And I think they just settled on that point. If the Warriors wanted to contend this last year, what would the trade been? They go and get LeBron. That's not going to make them a title contender. They go and make a trade for Lively or one of the other bigs in Dallas. That wouldn't make them a title contender. It's just way too many moves needed to make to push them way over the top. So you just shoot. You throw your starting 5 out there. Let them compete and see what you could do.
I mean, my only concern with that is we saw them break down. The basketball is a long season, man. This is a grind. We saw them break down in the playoffs last year, and that was their undoing. I just don't see how this crop of guys stays healthy throughout 82 and the postseason run.
Likely going to break down again.
All right. When we come back, we will shift gears. We will go to the Bud Light Easy Take of the Week.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
You gotta be professional, bro.
I don't. That defeats the purpose of the whole
When
thing.
I mean professional, do the job.
That defeats the purpose of the whole thing. All right.
Like a little funny intro to the segment, and then you repeat their live line, and then we go on with the segment.
Okay, I got it. I got the perfect thing. You ready? This is the funny intro to the segment. This is Bud Light's Easy Take of the Week. And what we do with our Bud Light Easy Take of the Week, of course, as you know, Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. So we think that during this segment, it would make sense for us to deliver a series of takes that everyone should be able to agree with. It is nothing controversial, some of the easiest takes to have, and I will get us started with this. Pay the teachers. Easy take to have, right?
Yeah.
Nobody should be against pay the teachers. Pay the teachers. No one's ever against
See, I
that.
didn't expect you to go political, so I can actually make that a difficult take because I feel like there's some.
You don't want education?
No, it's not that I don't want.
You don't want kids to
there's
learn
some
and feel
nuance
safe?
to that discussion that we should pay attention to, but I'm going to leave that alone.
These are the people
'Cause
that
this is
mold
not
our
that
future.
show. This is not. If this was yesterday, then yeah, but this is not that show.
God,
But
Bud
yeah.
Light is easy
Easy
to
take,
drink,
easy take,
easy
easy
to
take.
enjoy. These takes are easy. Pay the teachers.
I love that.
That's not even a specific thing for here. I feel like in general in life, because teachers are the people that literally shape the future.
Given the week
Pay
we
the
had,
teachers.
given the week we had,
What week we have?
there's a lot of protesting. Boy.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I said this arbitrarily. I actually made this rundown like a week and a half ago before anything.
Okay, go ahead. Pay the teachers.
Yo, she is a beast on this road.
There we go.
Pay the teachers. John, did you have a Bud Light easy take of the week?
Joe Flacco. That's it.
Joe Flacco always gonna have one of them games.
Joe Flacco.
He will always have one of those games. Like everyone should know that. If you have followed the Joe Flacco era post Baltimore Ravens, you know that Joe Flacco is gonna go to one of these stops and he is going to have 1, 2, maybe 3 of those games that he had against the Steelers Thursday night. You also know that the 5 interception game is coming eventually, but before that,
But
Joe Flacco
is
will have
that
one of
5
them games.
interception game going to come before Burrow's back?
Yes,
I don't think so.
it might come next week, John.
Nah.
This is the Joe Flacco experience.
At
It's
any point,
week to
John,
week.
He's absolutely
It's
right.
week
in that
to
regard.
week. And
I just feel like
remember,
though,
he's 2 games in, so
he
he's
also
due
got-
for the game.
He
I
got
think it's
traded
about
in
the-
conference, so
I think that's the part that pissed Mike Tomlin off the most because he knows, given the schedule, it was either he could break us up or
No, you know what Mike Tomlin was saying? Hold on. So the first team he has to prepare against is us? Because he went in pretty much winging it against Green Bay. He was there for 2 days and just went to go play football. Now he has a week to get acclimated and he playing us?
but he knows them so well too.
Clearly.
that's why Mike Tomlin was upset.
Clearly. All right. Bud Light, easy take of the week, number 3. Leadership. Not really going great for Tua, huh?
He could use a Bud Light.
Don't give Tua any kind of
No. It's good. It's good for carbs. And Tua said in the press conference he needs the carbs
He
to help
said-
his brain
no.
from rattling.
Did he really say that? Nah?
Yes.
I didn't hear that part of the press.
Oh, no,
Did
I
he
wasn't making that up.
Did he say I need more carbs to help my brain from rattling?
No, okay.
okay.
Okay. No.
You could read between the lines.
No, he was explaining the science behind it, and he was like, okay, if I just have my meals high in protein, or if I'm just drinking a lot of water, and water is such a big part of the fluids in the brain, I need something like more carbs in there to make the fluids, more
You know it has
solid.
a lot of water in it too?
No, he's
Beer.
saying he needed the carbs to make it more
Yeah.
solid to prevent from the concussions. What he's actually saying
He needs
is
nutrition from Bud Light. That's what he's saying.
carbs.
I gotta watch that over because again,
I'm not even doing an all thing.
no, I get
I'm
that. I get
serious.
that. I get that. All I'm saying is I gotta watch it again because I remember emphatically, and I always just tell people I'm a Patriot fan. My first dive into CTE was Junior Seau. Junior Seau had some of the wildest press conferences when we did not know what was going on, and it was like, hey, that sound weird. Nobody really paid attention to it. And then after he died, you was like, Jesus Christ, this man was battling with that stuff from then, and nobody picked up on it. So if Tua telling you he need more carbs for his brain liquid, all I say is you might want to check him out.
How you can help him?
Bud Light can help you check him out in person, Bahamas, because Bud Light has your tickets to the big game. Buy 2 6-packs today and enter to win a trip to see the Dolphins play live. Purchase yours today at Jimmy's Wines and Spirits or any of the participating vendors. A chance to see the Dolphins live. A chance to see Tua not throw 3 interceptions.
Let's put it this way, right?
He did it last week. He's not going to do it again.
We keep saying, well, that last interception was the worst play of all time.
It still goes on his record. He really
No,
should have
no.
only had 1 pick that game.
No,
to
but
be
I'm just saying.
it's-
But guess what? It was a good football game.
It was.
We said it last week. The Dolphins are always going to put a game together and have a game.
Can we be perfectly honest about something here? And I understand Dolphins one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
But the experience of going to watch a game live is something that it's tough to even put a price tag on that, because the memory is the experience that Bud Light is giving you an opportunity to go to. If you haven't done it before, you need to buy as much 6-packs as possible, because going to Hard Rock and experiencing the energy in the stadium, second to none. We had a friend, Kale, went to go watch his favorite team, the Bengals, play against the Steelers Thursday night. Now, if you bought those tickets early and Joe Burrow got hurt, you're thinking I going to walk into a massacre. But look what Joe Flacco did for him. That is what any Dolphin fan can experience thanks to Bud Light.
Definitely, because he had no idea.
Any
he was
football
gonna-
fan.
He had no idea he was going to watch Unk Bowl, so I'm happy for him.
Uncle Paul. Yes. And the thing about it is, okay, I was saying let's be serious about the Dolphins. How? Tua's won the last
So
two
why are
games.
you
know.
so upset?
No,
Why-
but you're the last two games, Tua engineered game-winning drives.
The defense.
So he would have had 2 game-winning drives. He threw touchdowns, or the Dolphins scored touchdowns back-to-back weeks with a minute or less remaining. Those are game-winning drives.
Yeah, but this is the Dolphins. It's
I
like,
know, but I'm just saying it looks bad at the end, but he actually ain't being horrible out there.
no, he's not terrible, but
I know. That's the perfect way to describe it. That's the perfect way to describe it. He's not terrible, but
McDaniel's done. Like
you see the look of angst on John's face.
He's done.
The strangest thought I saw all week is what the record of coaches that don't wear like full-legged pants.
Yeah.
No, that's a stat.
What's worse, McDaniel's season right now or Bill Belichick's season at UNC?
Bill Belichick's season at UNC.
No.
Because, you do
I
know.
think it was going to be a dumpster fire from the start with him. Like, I didn't expect him to be.
You also didn't expect it to be this bad.
I didn't expect the
Bill
Dolphins to
Belichick
be this bad.
in college,
Yeah.
and then we thought it was going to be bad.
He's the greatest coach there is.
If you told
He
me,
struggled to coach professional players. You can imagine Bill Belichick trying to communicate to a 17, 18-year-old?
who's making $5 million?
with his girlfriend down on the sidelines.
That's the problem.
Every step of the way.
That's the problem. He probably
College made him
she
young
trying
again.
to make sense of, yeah, that means you have to run a flat. What? How did you get it from what he said just now? No, trust me, he wants you to run an interception. That's what's happening in UNC right now.
Interception.
Which game do you? Does Bud Light have a specific game that they're going to be sending you? Does it matter who the Dolphins play? I don't think it matters who the Dolphins play, right? You get the Hard Rock experience.
Who is the last team of this month? You as a Dolphin fan, you should know.
I'm not a Dolphin fan. I'm a Ravens fan. I know who the
Stop
Ravens.
lying.
And they're just as bad.
I know. I am a Ravens. What are you talking about?
Stop lying.
It's not a lie.
You're not a Ravens fan.
What are you talking about? That's very well documented.
Okay, when is Lamar Jackson back?
Right after the bye
When's the bye?
this week.
Yeah, I just saw that on my fantasy team.
Lamar.
The Falcons was the last game.
No, but they're on the road. So the last home game, the next home. Wait, could it be the Halloween game against the Ravens?
There you go.
Huh? We eligible for this? Because I mean, sometimes,
You see how quick the energy changed?
sometimes when you have a sponsored segment or a sponsored program or you're an affiliate, they may say, you ain't eligible to
We'll
receive this.
get Cortez out next week, and
You still got to buy the beer, though.
Yeah, John, I will go buy the beer now. What are you talking about? First of all, I mean, football
So
is
if you
great.
buy a case, does that count as 2 entrances?
I think you have to buy the 6-packs.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to buy the 6-packs. So just buy a bunch of 6-packs and not the
That's
cases.
more expensive, yeah.
That's fine, but you're trying to get this. And all I'm saying is, listen, I love football as much as the next guy, but you know what I love more? Halloween. And to build. My favorite, I've done that before. To build.
Y'all like Miami?
Too bad it wasn't a Friday.
You don't?
I mean, it ain't Miami no more. It's just
Boy, they will always be Miami.
I was in Miami overnight, and boy, Miami got talent.
Talk to them.
Talent.
Talk to them.
Maybe not on the football field,
okay. There we go.
but boy,
Talk to them.
there's a lot to do. I went by the UM campus.
Why?
Boy, I went to go conduct some business at University of Miami, and it's just like, wow, I miss college.
All I'm saying is Dolphins, Ravens, October 30th. That can be a vibe. Go and buy as a matter of fact, when we get done with this recording, I am leaving to go and buy 6-packs.
No, Bud Light is haven't popped up all month. So Friday they're going to be on the road. They're going to be at. Yeah.
I like road too.
Okay, see, this is becoming the wrong segment.
Or the right segment, because we are showing
From
we
a
are
Bud Light standpoint, definitely.
we are showing people how you can enjoy Bud Light, all the flavors of life, and football all at the same time.
While
But
on the road,
you know what the common thing
drink
for
and drive
all of the-
responsibly.
No,
I didn't say I was driving.
Don't do that. Nobody said there was. You were thinking about a different road.
But no,
that's where you get
Road.
lost.
Nassau Road is different from Road Miami. Like you
Man said drink and drive responsibly.
responsibly.
Yeah, no, the road I'm thinking of is having a good time with some Bud Light.
Yeah, but
So purchase your 6-packs. Do we have before we get off this topic? Do we have any more Bud Light easy takes of the week? because there is a lot going on there. I have one, and it takes us back to the opening segment of the show. If you want people to be good at something, whether it's a sport or anything else, very easy to
pay them.
Not just that. How about you introduce it to them as early as possible? So if you want your
It's
kid,
almost like you introduce kids to math very early in school.
you want your
All
kids,
foreign languages.
you want your kid to be good at coding? Yeah, introduce them to math early on, and then introduce them to coding as early as possible.
How would you think if they start school at like 15?
I feel like some people start in school at 15 anyway.
Anyway, my take is introduce your quarterback to your left tackle as early as possible.
Joe Flacco had no
Because we
time.
got a left tackle now. My quarterback is happy. So
You know what's an easy take?
No argument here.
Easy take is the Buffalo Bills' failures is great.
It always is.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm seeing the standings right now and seeing the Patriots. We've lived so much of seeing the Patriots at the top of standings that it doesn't affect me. But seeing Buffalo slide,
bothered you, right?
Buffalo slide.
No, seeing them at the top of the
No,
standings all these years.
I'm immune to that.
Okay.
I keep telling people, my grandmother was from Boston, Massachusetts. My dad messed up my entire life by being a Dolphins fan. And then I got stuck in it. I could have been a Patriots fan. I could have been Ricardo.
It's crazy the way you phrase that.
You just need to get off that narcotic. So actually, from the Ravens game onward, the Dolphins are on a 4-game homestand. So it could be that Ravens game on October 30th. Buffalo is the week after on November 9th. The Commanders are November 16th. The Saints, November 30th. All at Hard Rock.
Boy, they're looking at November 30th hard, son. That Canada looking good on November 30th. Because before that...
You think that's the game? You think so that if you're a Dolphin fan, but if you're just like John was saying, if you're just a football fan, any one of those
The
great
first
games.
3 weeks, fine. That 4th week for the Dolphin fan, that's the one you pull
Also,
up to.
remember this, right? There's a Thursday night game. You ain't got no sun.
Yeah.
It makes the game.
But,
Trust me,
hey,
the game is so much
October
more.
Miami is a little different.
No.
too, though.
But the weather's cool. But not watching the game in the sun makes it that much better.
And Lamar treats playing in Miami like a homecoming game. He's gonna be back from injury. I feel like that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one you gotta get to, right?
So go buy those 6-packs.
Go buy those 6-packs right away. As many as possible. There is no limit to how many entries you can have. Football is always better with a cold Bud Light. Listening to football or people talk about football is always better with 10th year seniors. We'll be back right after this.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
Yes, commercial. We playing a commercial before.
Yeah, but what I mean, in this instance, it should have been a long stretch of commercials, at least 2 or 3. But we don't have that long stretch of commercials. It'll just be the one Bud Light.
The way I edit it, we will. Welcome back to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Ronaldo, and boy, they should have never let me edit this.
I'm John Mark, and this is live. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, people know. people aren't idiots.
I'm Ricardo. We here.
That is the best way to describe this. Hour 2 of this extended version of the Accredited here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
That's why I keep saying this would be better with coffee. I keep saying that. I'm going to stick to it. But it's the everybody
Noon
wins
coffee,
hour.
amazing.
It's the everybody wins hour.
This is the time for iced coffee. Maybe, a cold, not coffee type drink, but I know there are places that sell multiple type of drinks.
See, this is why it now clicks to me why I didn't want us to fully do a podcast. We could get Bud Light in person on these recording days to sponsor the segment. Like, actually, we could use Bud Lights right now.
Let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
I was just about to tell you, you can only drink coffee within that first 45 minutes, because for 15 minutes, you only could drink Bud Light. As a matter of fact, for an hour and 15, because you could drink Bud Light in this back half.
We could give some reckless sports bet takes under the influence of Bud Light. Yeah,
We do that. We're never reckless. We're never reckless. when it
Actually
comes to that.
speaking, I showed your parlay to a lot of people. They were really happy. They was like, okay, you know what he doing? Yeah.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
win? Did you win?
I'm sorry. Did that come? I didn't bet. Did that come as a surprise to people? First of all, I said Joe Flacco was going to go off. He did. I said the game was going to be close. It was. The only thing I got wrong is I did not think they was going to be scoring in the 30s. That was the shock.
They
to
didn't
me.
think that, you know.
Yeah.
You ask some defenses because you got, anyway.
What is wrong with the defense?
I don't know. So I definitely said take the under, and that game went way over. But I mean, Chase, I was like, Chase is going to have over 6.5 receptions. Dude had what, 11, 12?
Yeah.
I mean,
if Joe Flacco throwing you the ball 23 times.
But here's the thing, and that's what you love about Joe Flacco, just from a fantasy perspective. Joe Flacco knows what the playbook calls for. At the same time, Joe Flacco going with his instinct. And his instinct is, you know what? I got this very talented receiver over here. If I throw him the ball 24 times, he's going to get it at least 12 of those times. This segment, of course, like we said, brought to you by Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. We are going to talk primarily football because football is king sport. Football is king when it comes to sports betting. And over the course of the next few months, football will completely dominate your life. But we do take a break from
There's some NBA parlays in there too.
Yeah, it hangs around until February.
I always
But
take the
until
over on Buddy Threes.
Until then, football could dominate your life. Other than the weekend of November 9th. The fight of the year is coming, and Everybody Wins Live wants to send you to see it live in Miami. Boy, a lot going on in Miami. The universe telling us something. That's right. Jake Paul versus Javante Tank Davis. 2 fighters, 1 ring, 1 unforgettable night. Place any $50 sportsbook bet on Everybody Wins Live between October 16th and November 8th, and you are automatically entered to win a trip for 2 to Miami for the big fight. That's flights, that's hotels, that's tickets, all on EWL Sportsbook. The winners will be announced on November 9th, so get your bets in early. Not just a fight, it's your ticket to the main event. Everybody Wins Live, built for players. Before we get to football, right?
Shopping though.
Before we get to football, talk a little bit about this fight. Were y'all surprised at this?
I was.
When this got announced?
I was.
Okay.
So hear me out carefully. When I think about a Jake Paul or anything related to Jake Paul or Logan Paul, I think like the celebrity entertainment kind of thing. Now, Jake has been doing this thing in the boxing ring. When did Javante Davis fall to this level?
That's the thing. And I feel like it was a precipitous... okay, I'll be perfectly honest. My first thought was, did Tank do something wrong with his money? Honestly, like I'm not trying to be facetious. I honestly was wondering because I always included him in that list of legitimate boxers, not the ones that's doing the
And when
the
you say legitimate
entertainment
boxing, right? When you say legitimate, you meant I thought dude was still fighting for belts.
Yes,
I did not think it was like, why are you doing this?
I put him in the Canelo, in the Bud Crawford kind of range, so I didn't see him doing this. I was surprised at that. John, you're making a look on your face. No.
Wait, for $50 million? I don't care what platform you on, where you come from, bro. I'm fine. But the look on my face, first it was the money look. But if you think about it, right? Jake Paul, he's a professional boxer now. He is actually a boxer. Now we know that boxing, just like the NBA, just like football, is an entertainment business.
But you know why this is closer to entertainment than it is to actual sport? Because the weight classes don't even matter. In no real world would someone Jake Paul's size, I think he fights
do they have
cruiserweight.
do they have rules for
His fights don't.
Yeah,
so
his
that's
fights
why I
don't,
still count
'cause-
this in a bit of an entertainment space.
It can't be sanctioned because he's fighting the 200. Tank Davis is like
I'm
140 or something
I'm not
like
saying
that.
if it's sanctioned, but I'm just trying to see because I know sometimes he has rules to his fights.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Are there rules to this fight? Because I would say this: we know that Tank is a real boxer, right? And I'm not saying Jake Paul isn't. I know Jake Paul is professional. It's different weight classes, all that. But at the same time, I feel Jake Paul is trying to get to a level where he wants to fight actually good fighters. No,
You
but
see,
I
I
mean
don't
the
know.
weight difference. I think he's just trying to see what he could do because if he gets demolished by him, ain't no way he can go at the weight class that he is to go fight anyone.
He's never going to get demolished. They're very careful in how they craft this because it's entertainment.
So you think
he's never going to get
something
demolished.
where it's like, if Tank wins, he gets 10 million, but if he loses, he gets 50?
That's how all of the fights have been. Mike Tyson got paid a whole lot to fight Jake Paul. And he's had fights.
I got to see how much money these people are making, because, I mean...
He's had fights in between there that weren't a draw. But you need a name like Tank, you know what? Not just for people to watch, but for people to bet on. Because the more people talk about it, the more people go to their sports books and say, I need to put some action on this. That's what comes along with the big draw, because so many people did that with the Tyson fight. Because what comes along with strong opinions is, how is the strong opinion going to make me money?
Okay, so thankfully AI tells us things on the internet. This says the payout figures to be around 100 million, with Paul earning 60 and Davis 40. Man, I've taken that fight too.
Yeah, of course. John took it there because this is what Jake Paul wanted to do to boxing. And this is what he wanted to blend the world that he came from, and he just had to be legitimate enough to get these fights. So yes, he had to actually train for a few years and actually take the boxing element seriously. But at the end of the day, he's still a showman. At the end of the day, he's still closer to a carnival barker than he is to becoming the next Mike Tyson.
So who you betting on then?
The smart money says take Tank. The smart money says take Tank, because if Jake Paul wins, I don't know how believable that is. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying with that, but like I said, that's how I feel he's boxing in lower class, people who are in lower class, who are actual like real fighters, to see where he stands. Because like I said, let's just say he comes out and it's a 2-round knockout. Then he's going to be like, oh no, like it's going to come to a point where he's going to have to actually fight someone who is at his weight,
because
as a boxer.
It didn't work when he went the fight with Tyson Fury's brother. It didn't work. It never works when he goes against somebody who doesn't have that same kind of draw. So he's fought a lot of older UFC fighters that are pretty much done. Didn't have the same kind of appeal, which is why you had to go to a very old Mike Tyson in a very sad fight.
So he's the 14th world ranked in cruiserweight, Jake Paul.
Never even heard.
He's the what?
He's the 14th ranked cruiserweight.
World Boxing Association.
I just want to know if all this is going to end with a fight with Bud. Like, is that the eventual end?
If you can guarantee that you're going to get $40 million, I think all it takes is for... Look, man, like John said, that's tough to argue with. You could love the sweet science.
Even though technically speaking, he could get up there with heavyweights from a weight perspective. He can't fight no Wilder. He can't fight no Tyson Fury.
He would never do that.
This is what I'm saying. So where does this end? We've seen the Mayweather. We've seen the retired Tyson.
It doesn't have to end if it's all curated.
Bro, give me a fight with Bud. That's all. Somebody get bet. Like, that's what we're all betting and hoping and waiting for. Somebody to break his face. That's what we're here for. Let's keep it a buck.
That is why people are always going to bet, because he has discovered the secret sauce to what carried Floyd
Somebody
Mayweather
wants to
throughout
get
his whole career. You can hate me, but you will hate watch me and hate bet against me, which you can do in Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook.
So one more thing with this, so we could do it, because we got to make sure people know what it is when they make their bets. It's 10-round, 3-minute exhibition, 195-pound weight maximum, 12-ounce gloves, 3 judges. That's just for those numbers people out there.
Yeah, so they consider them all. Yeah, that's the thing. They consider them all exhibitions.
Yeah.
That's what they have to be.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's clearly not sanctioned. It's not. But it's not an actual fight.
Jake Paul's got to get to 195.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Well, I know.
Isn't that like what? Little over middleweight? Still a little over middleweight?
Oh no.
Yeah.
They have so many classes and
middleweight is like in the 160s, I believe.
It's cruiser
160 to 185.
Oh.
I think after 195, it's 205 is heavyweight. We got to check the numbers.
Jake Paul's gonna win.
Yeah, either one of them. The point of it is the fight just has to carry on long enough for you to sell a rematch. So it has to not just carry on long enough, but it has to be entertaining enough for people to be emotionally invested into a part 2. either one of them can win. It's just how the fight goes to set up part 2, and then it has to go in the opposite way for part 2, and that's how you get the trilogy. Because when
And after the trilogy, but
you move on.
Bud
don't seem like the type of character who about to take this, bro.
that's why I want to see it.
I don't think he taking this.
Throw $100 million out there.
Well, that's the thing.
Throw $100 million.
That's the thing. No, it has to be. I feel like it got to be 100 to him, not 100 total person.
No, that's what I'm talking about. 100 to Bud. The whole premise is, can you break his face? That's what we want to see. $100 million if you break his face.
These numbers are crazy because it's 6'1", 5'5".
Yeah, it's insane. It's going to look insane.
Like age ain't that big of a thing.
No.
And you know what? So
He's considerably bigger
it
than
was
Tank
like when
Davis.
Evander Holyfield fought Mike Tyson, and
worse.
you could see that the length of his arm, the reach of his arms, was just so much different.
Now imagine if Mike Tyson was like 3 weight classes lighter. That's what this is going to look like. No, Jake Paul's a big guy. Pause. Javante Tank Davis is not. He's Tank for his division. He's not like actual Tank.
Yeah.
He's a hard puncher for his division, not with someone like 200 pounds. But he's a big name, so we're gonna see how this one shapes.
The money, though.
That's the money. Speaking of the money, let's get to making some in this segment with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook and 10th Year Seniors. Before we get to the actual betting odds, before we look on to what is going to happen in week 8, week 7?
Week 7.
Week 7. Let's take a look back at what happened with some of our favorite franchises. I feel like this week we have to start with the Steelers in our segment we call Tings is Tings or Down Bad. This is where we discuss the top Bahamian fan bases. This week I also want us to do some basketball in this. So we're going to talk NFL and NBA since the season tips off this week. Tings is Tings if your franchise is doing well. Down Bad if things just ain't looking good. Let's start with the Steelers coming off a crushing, brutal Thursday night loss on the road to Flacco, as we talked about earlier. Cotto for the Steelers. Tings is Tings or Down Bad?
I mean, after what happened with Joe Flacco, you're down bad. Because, and this is the point I was making, and this is why Mike Tomlin's so upset. You look at the window and you said, we had a chance to really separate ourselves in this division. No Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson. Browns clearly aren't competing, so you had a chance to run away with it. You took that loss, Bengals creep a little bit closer. Now, in a couple of weeks, if those two teams, if Lamar Jackson returns and gets a couple of games, they're right back in it. Same thing with the Bengals once Joe Burrow gets back. You needed that win on Thursday night.
Yeah, it got to be down bad considering, man. It has to be. Everything was set up for you to go in there, take the heart of that franchise, and you just let it slip through your fingers. That's the game that you brought in Aaron Rodgers to win. Down bad. Down horrendous.
Technically, he did win it.
I guess if we're doing the measurement like how we said Tua won those games to the Dolphins, then yes, technically Aaron Rodgers did win it. The defense did not finish it.
They're down bad. But you know what this Steelers team reminds me of? You remember that year they started 11-0 and it was just like fool's gold?
Yeah, nobody believed in it.
I have the same feeling with this team.
It's because you know what it is? It's kind of empty because we know the Ravens ain't the Ravens.
But then okay, the Colts are good, right? The Jaguars are decent. The Patriots are good. The Bills, I don't care. And then the Chargers, I don't think they're that good. Like, the Broncos.
I don't think
the
the Chargers
Broncos
are
ain't
good
even
at all.
that good. So I feel like Kansas City is going to come back and win that.
Thank you. Thank you for
division.
the perfect segue. I wanted to bring the Chiefs into this fold because we always saved a spot for a bandwagon team. And I put the last two teams that appeared in the Super Bowl because that's just how Bahamian fans roll. Start with you, John. Kansas
With
City
the Chiefs?
Teams are down bad.
They're down bad because we're not used to this right now in the last couple of
Wow.
years. It's something where I still feel that they're going to rebound with the season and do what they have to do to get to the playoffs. But right now, it's down bad because we're not used to seeing the Chiefs like this.
Here's the thing, though. I think Tings is Tings because if we look at it over the course of the last 2 weeks, even though they lost that game to the Jaguars, I would say the last 3 weeks, the offense is waking up and they look more like the Chiefs offense that we've been accustomed to seeing. They are opening. You know what? Patrick Mahomes looks like he's playing with the joy again. He's taking shots.
DeAndre Ayton?
Yes, he's Ayton in it. The minute Xavier Worthy came back and he was like, I have a fast person who could catch. Let me go back to what I was doing before because it was comical the last 2 years how many drops his team had. It was a running joke that Patrick Mahomes was trying to do it with anybody.
Yeah.
He had Rashee Rice, and then he had the offseason from hell, as these guys are one to do. But now he's done serving that suspension. So now they're back. They're going to have Rashee Rice back in the fold. Xavier Worthy has been an absolute difference maker for this team. Tyquan Thornton has come on. And I like how this Chiefs offense is looking. They just still need to find a running game somehow. I don't know how they never get it, but Patrick Mahomes can be the leading rusher. Despite that, I think things is things.
I think things is things simply because they play in a bad division. No criticism to the Chargers, no criticism to the Broncos.
Why
Both of
can't,
those,
why can't you criticize them?
because I feel like
Because they have winning records, you don't want
Yeah.
to be like, oh, there's like, but I still
okay,
think
let
they're
me
good.
take the criticism back.
Yeah.
I don't want to dismiss what they've done so far
Y'all don't
this
think the
season.
Broncos good?
To a degree, they are. They are. That defense is really good.
See,
If
here's
Bo Nix could really put it together, they can make a playoff
Broncos
run.
are Jekyll and Hyde. Like,
very
because
true.
some weeks they look amazing, and then they play the Jets, and you're like, what is this team doing there? Like, we talk about Bo Nix. Bo Nix is a gamer, right? Sometimes I think he forgets how to throw a football.
If the Jets weren't the most horrendous, if that wasn't the worst quarter, and I'm not gonna lie, it was the worst quarterbacking performance I've ever seen. I've never seen a quarterback throw
From
for
your
like
boy?
40 yards from Justin Fields. I've never seen
I
that.
said he was going to run.
Yeah, he threw for
didn't think he was
literally
gonna do that
40-something yards.
bad.
If they weren't playing against that, they lose that game, and that's why I don't know. But then they just came off of scoring 18 points in the fourth against an overtime against the Eagles. But maybe that Eagles win doesn't have the same kind of kick it did before. But yeah, but things is things for the Chiefs for me. I'm not a believer in the Broncos. I want to go to the other Super Bowl appearance team, the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll start with this one. Down by
Oh, of course.
They need to Herb trade me my wide receiver.
AJ Brown.
Yes.
You want Drake May to get AJ Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why you saying like you don't want like the world deserves that?
Why? I had to, when I used to be a Dolphin fan, when I was still on that narcotic, I had to deal with seeing the Patriots just dominate because they had a great quarterback. And God, the year when they had the Hall of Fame receiver, we saw what that looked like. I don't
They
want to
didn't
go
win the Super Bowl
I
that
don't
year.
want to go back. I know, but I don't want to go back there.
Y'all is hate heavy, but
They've won 6.
you know how
not
long
talking.
ago that was?
I'm not talking to you.
You don't nah.
Turn this way.
That was
You know how long the-
Philadelphia
That was so
Eagles.
long ago.
Philadelphia Eagles, John. Things are down by.
See, if we had a penalty box, he would be in there.
We should have a penalty box. Mute his mic.
Yeah, they're down bad. Like, I'll say it, and I'm happy that Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl, right? I'm not mad that he won a Super Bowl. I think it's great. But he is showing why he wasn't that highly regarded coming out of college. And all he is just a more polished Alex Smith.
That's fair. I mean, and look, it's no knock on him. And when the whole debate was going back and forth with Cam and Gilly the Kid, and I'm talking about Jalen Hurts, I was watching that saying, do you not get Cam Newton's perspective? And there's nothing wrong with him saying, look, they have a great team. He may not be a great... He's not as skilled at his job as the people around him are at theirs. So that's all what Cam Newton was trying to say. And that's fair, because you don't have to be the best quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Let's put it this way. That Super Bowl game that he played last year
His best.
was the best game I believe he played at the Pee Wee level, at the high school level, at the college level. You couldn't have been more
at the game of his life.
at the game of his life. And that's the time to have it, though. The time to have it is on the biggest stage. But he is not going to win them games by throwing the football.
No.
And if you see his wide receivers right now, they ain't happy.
No.
If they had Drake May,
Yo, the crazy thing is, they weren't happy when they were winning.
4-time
And
Super Bowl champs.
And everybody was like, oh, this is brewing. This is brewing. And I said, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, no, but they winning and everything's fine. I said,
but you know what a big problem with that is? And I know some people, it's the amount of money that he got paid for being realistically an average player. Like, I'm still upset that Tua gets $53 million.
Sorry to hear that.
You know what it is? It's the Russell Wilson thing that kind of
Boy, he
undid.
dead, too.
It kind of undid Seattle, right? Because and then you see he still gets blowback from that even to this day because they were like, Russell Wilson, you ain't the reason that
This
that was
is
happening.
why, like, okay, with
Let
salary,
Richard Sherman tell a story.
you have salary caps and things, right? But I feel there needs to be a certain point where if the player, like, we'll go with Tom Brady. Tom Brady was with the Patriots for how long? Many years.
All my life.
There should be a structure where it's like, this is the max that will count towards the books if you stay with a team for 5 years, for 8 years, for 10 years. So Tom could have made $100 million, but his hit would have only been $25 million to the team because he's been with the team the whole time, you know? Because what happens is you get one player to make that money, you're done. Look at the Lakers.
Speaking of, well, I don't even think we need to discuss where the teams are down bad with the Dolphins
Tings
and
is
the
tings.
Cowboys. Do you really want to do it? Fine, let's go. Miami Dolphins.
Tings is tings.
How?
I said it last week again. They is dead from the beginning. So you can't be down bad if you knew what you were getting into. And it's going to stay this
John
way.
is the most responsible Dolphin fan I've ever come across.
Things is things.
I
We
know what
weren't
I get.
good,
I accept
and that's
that.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't be down bad if you know what it is.
Every week now, I make a point to a portion of my football Sunday is I want to just catch a part of the Dolphin game, watching it with my dad, just to see how crestfallen he gets. They watch that with no hope, you know. Like, I want you to know that, like, zero hope.
That's the problem.
Like
It's empty football. It's like
the Dolphins went up and no, the Dolphins were down, and he was like, "All right, Tua, this is the point where you always throw the interception. Just hurry up, do it, and get it over with." It's like, just take me out back and shoot me because I don't want to go through this misery. Mind you, Tua engineered the game-winning drive, and then they still lost. It still didn't matter. Obviously down bad. I mean, I don't know. 49ers, I just feel sorry for them. Down bad.
Cowboys.
Do we have to discuss that?
yes,
But you know
we
what?
have to discuss
Okay.
it because last
They
week
keep telling me
but last week we spoke about it, right? And you said things was things, and I said down bad, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then it came to a point saying if Carolina beats them,
Yeah.
then they will be down bad.
Down horrendous,
Yes.
John. Let me, you know what?
They hold
Filibuster.
on.
I sent this to Cardo. Filibuster. I wanna
those
bring this
people
back.
keep telling me that Dak Prescott is the MVP. I was like, yeah, every Cowboy fan, they're like, nobody's playing better than Dak. Forget Baker Mayfield. I was like, what football are y'all watching?
One of my most vivid
Forget
memories on a basketball trip. Argentina, we were in the bus and we were talking football, and Buddy is like, Dak is elite. That's what Buddy said.
Don't besmirch Buddy name like that. He did not say that.
He said that. And I told him, and I said, he can be elite, but he's not going to take a team where you're going to need him to go. Like, because what people look at numbers sometimes and think that these numbers are great, but numbers only take you so far. It's what you're doing and how you're winning. And the 1 year that they had a chance to win, when the offensive line was amazing, they had the running back, they had everything. What happened in the playoffs? Green Bay demolished them.
I'll say this though, Dak is playing well enough for them to win, but I feel like a common theme.
So is Tua.
A common theme that we've seen this year in the NFL. These defenses are horrible.
Oh, they're bad.
Like defenses, because the Cowboys' defense is the thing that lets them down week in or week out. It's actually not Dak. So you wonder.
Houston's defense?
Eh,
The Ravens defense.
yeah, it's some all time terrible defenses right now. So you
Right
wonder,
now, the best defense in the NFL is the Texans.
yeah.
Oh, hold on. I didn't look at the NFC.
I was about to say.
You wondered.
No,
what-
the points against, they only gave up 61 points this
Oh, that's
season.
what you're going by.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You wondered whether things are down by, and I sent this Sunday to Cardo. So this was an 11 leg parlay.
You
on
one leg down?
on Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. I just want you to listen to what I had here. Indianapolis Colts money line. Of course, the Colts won. Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown. Got that late in the fourth quarter.
But you got it.
Got it. Steelers won over the Browns big, 23-9. In that game, Aaron Rodgers, 175 yards passing. Got it. And one touchdown. Obviously got it. Let's scroll down 1 second. George Pickens, 50 yards receiving. Obviously, CD Lamb's not in there. He's going to be off the number one.
Big game.
He's number one option. He's got it. Chargers to beat the Dolphins. They got it on the last second field goal. Sorry. Jalen Waddle, 50 yards receiving. He's the go-to guy for Tua. Got that one as well. Rams to beat the Ravens easily. Ravens are trash. They did that 17-3. And the Patriots to beat the Saints. And they did that 25-9. That's 10 out of 10. Do you know the one that didn't hit? The one that should have been the most obvious.
A Cowboys
The
win?
one that should have
Money
been
line?
the easiest one. Cowboys money line over the Panthers, and they blew it. They blew it.
What was my response? Take out all the foul language.
Your response was Dallas bleeped everyone but the house today.
Look, shout out to the, you know whose things is things right now? The Carolina Panthers social media team. Because you see what they did with Stephen A. Smith? They did like a 3-minute montage of Stephen A. talking so bad about Carolina.
Wow.
And the Cowboys this, and if they lose, and then credit to Stephen A. He took it on the chin and he said, you know what? I got to take my L's.
What I couldn't understand about that game, average game by Bryce Young. Average game by Bryce Young.
He was not good. Like,
Average game by Tat. Like average game by everybody on the Panthers.
but
And
Rico Dowdy.
Why? Why? Because you say, okay, that's my former team. I'm going to go off.
No, because he did it the week before against the Dolphins too. So I don't know if this dude just supposed to get 200 yards every game. You have no idea the emotional roller coaster I was on because I was watching that game. I was really fixated on the Colts because I was like, you mean to tell me Jonathan Taylor ain't gonna get this touchdown? The last 3 times they were in the red zone, Daniel Jones bootleg, play action, and threw it. And I'm like, why are you doing this? So I was like, I don't have to worry about the Cowboys. They can beat the Panthers. I am just fixated on Jonathan Taylor getting this touchdown. He gets the touchdown. And then
celebrating.
And I was celebrating. And then in my frat group, a Cowboys fan says, I cannot believe that Dallas is doing this to me today. And my heart sank because lining up for a game in the field goal was the Panthers. And I was like, what is happening? Why is this happening? This is not for the weak, but go to Everybody Wins Live.
We got to
Sportsbook.
start saying your parlay. Things are down bad.
Down
bad.
horrendous because of the Dallas Cowboys.
No, everybody that put a extensive parlay together last week, for some strange reason, did really well. And then all of a sudden, that one Cowboy game. Go and look at all the bets. That one Cowboy game stuck out for everyone. That ruined everything. So I was like, yeah, everybody but the house got it.
I had to take a mental health break. So because it's NBA, now we usually just do this segment of football, but because the NBA season is coming up, I wanted us to get to some big name NBA franchises too, and let's just talk things. Things are down bad. LA Lakers.
Things.
Bro.
You know what the thing is?
I'll say
I just needed him though. I just needed him to get it up there. Pause.
It's always things with the Lakers, unless they don't win championship.
Yeah.
And Boston.
We ain't worrying about that right now.
Can I be devil's advocate?
Nope.
No. Don't jinx nothing, bro.
Can I do it for the sake of the show?
The only thing I need you to
do it regardless if we say yes or no.
Hold on. The only thing I need you to do is just find out from Buddy if there's a potential for a mid-season trade.
No, there isn't.
Oh, okay.
To do what?
No, the Warriors love him. He loves the Warriors.
he's
That's a
good.
perfect system for
You
him.
don't think the Lakers love him too?
Well, they didn't love him enough to get Russell.
had
But that was a done deal.
They literally
Buddy found out he was not going anymore. He was house hunting.
Yeah, like they literally had the opportunity
See,
to
when y'all
get him.
supposed to break this news, y'all didn't break the news. Because everybody was like, oh, no, that was so far off. And I was like, I feel like that was close. How close was it?
That was done.
Why would they think it was far?
Because
That dude was ready to move to LA and be like, let's go.
Scuttlebutt. When there's smoke, there's mirrors. These rumors don't come from out of nowhere.
I thought it was a smoke this fire.
When there's also mirrors somewhere in there. Because sometimes you use the mirror as a reflection. You never use the mirror as a reflection.
Clearly, you remember Aaron Rodgers this offseason.
Yeah.
The light refracts and then
Ayahuasca.
You mean magnifying glass?
That's what you meant to. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. But cool. Go on.
As
Who's
you know,
next?
science is not a strong point here, but parlays, strong point.
No, not strong point. As long as I ain't putting the Cowboys in this week. I tell you that. Okay, down bad. You're already starting the season because LeBron is out with old
That's good.
sciatica.
Yeah, but as long as by
You see how he's sitting now in this elevated
as
seat?
long as by January 15th he could get in shape.
Do you think this is? I don't think you ever got to worry about him being in shape. You think this is an elaborate ruse just to make sure he only plays 50 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you see what Kawhi do? Why we can't do it? Okay.
You know
no.
what else Kawhi does?
I just gotta say, not that.
I
No
want-
investigation.
I want one
Pablo.
of them no-show jobs. No-show jobs. So sweet.
No investigation, Pablo. Leave that right
That
there.
almost on a government job.
Go. Pay the teachers. Boston Celtics, tings or down bad?
Go ahead.
With the news coming out this week, tings is tings. With Jason Tatum say he's gonna be back soon.
I don't trust nothing my man say. But
Well,
anyway.
he only doing that because Kobe did it.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
I just found out this week that apparently the Celtics coaching staff has played a media.
Oh, that
Yeah,
game!
yeah.
That game was incredible.
Yeah, so things is things.
I would have got buckets.
Oh yeah. I mean, wait. What coaches will we play against? I feel like we just got to play against other media.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
So
I
like
feel
6-0.
like
Yeah, if we
I've
had a
seen-
2-on-2 tournament, we would destroy everyone else.
Oh, okay.
no, but it was
talking
wasn't a 5-on-5.
No, yeah, they played.
I was gonna get some buckets against them. I don't care what they think. It was
Oh.
like 54-3.
Which coaching staff would we be playing against? Is there a Bahamian coaching staff we could play against?
Kentucky.
No, I mean a Bahamian staff. Because we Bahamian media. Boston played against a Boston
Yeah. So
coaching
okay.
staff.
So Tom, Willis, McHale.
No, I don't want to play them. Because like you talking about
Mikey
young
Thompson.
You talking about young people who just stopped playing like last year and no, I don't want to play them. I'm trying to play like some old people. What are you doing?
I'm just telling you what the roster.
I
would
play
be.
like Jimmy Clark or someone like that. Trying to play against no Tom Dome. What are you doing? You gotta be kidding. Celtics down bad. Your best player got hurt the last game of the season. He's gonna be out this year.
No man, he said
Jalen Brown just
He
heard what you said,
He ain't coming back.
and he took that personal.
Jason Tatum said.
Wait, he looks so good in purple and gold.
Oh, Lord.
Jalen Brown.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I still say the worst 10YS take there's ever been was Randy sitting here swearing to me that Jalen Brown was going to have a better career than Giannis Antetokounmpo. We still revisit that take to this day. And after Jalen Brown won MVP, he was like, "My take ain't looking so bad now, is it?" I said it's still bad. It will never be close. He got to win like 3 MVPs for it to even be.
You mean like league MVPs?
Yeah, it's nowhere near close. But anyway, Philadelphia 76ers. Tings is tings or down bad.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the things as things because as of right now, everyone hurt. So you can only go up.
Inconclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think because
I just saw VJ's winning Rookie of the Year.
yeah. John has planted his flag permanently in the VJ will be the Rookie of the Year column. So yeah, I'll go with that. And we talked about it a bit earlier, but Golden State Warriors,
You're going down bad
yeah.
just because of Al Horford signing. Like that's like the only reason why I feel like you think it's down
I was
bad.
so bothered by that.
They're all a year older. They broke down in the playoffs. Literally everyone got
You know how,
hurt.
you could have seen it in Jimmy's face. Jimmy was done. He was done.
They have to go through 82 games.
Yeah.
They're all 30 plus. Anyway, I guess.
Any of y'all got Apple Music?
I do.
Did you see the new mixing option they have on it?
Yes.
Where it's like a DJ all
Yes.
like it'll mix into your next song.
You just have to put it together.
Yeah, you got to put because if you have a song that's too slow and fast, the mix will be like it'll slow the song down completely. But if you have like the same beat, like so if you have a gym mix and it's all like the same type of beat music, so like a soca mix with like power soca, it's gonna mix very well.
That's how you discovered it.
No, I discovered it because it told me when I updated my app.
Okay. Who do we think is the biggest bandwagon team in the NBA right now? Because I wanted to add a bandwagon team to this list, but I wanted to open it for
How
discussion.
could it not be the Thunder?
OKC, yeah.
We think that's the biggest
Yeah,
bandwagon?
because all these little children talking about is like.
Oklahoma?
Matter of fact, let me say this right now.
Wait, we had that in our generation with KD, Russ, and Harden.
But this is what these little kids don't know. This is what these. There's a pack. Well, I don't know if he's a packing boy or shelf boy at Super Value. So I'm sure he's in his
An employee at Super Value.
whatever. His parents bought him a OKC jersey, and he's swearing like he's the. That's like, bro, you wasn't even alive when Harden was balling up for that. James Harden played for the Thunder. I yucked my bags and I
Serge
left.
Ibaka.
I yucked my bags and I.
Paul George.
What are you
Hold
talking
on.
about?
Did you give him a tip?
No. No, I'm not bothered by saying it.
He did give him a tip. The tip of what OKC
How
used
you
to
could-
be.
Come on, but you could that even ain't in the way back then. That right there. KD is still in the league and you don't know KD and them was balling up. I was like, bro, they had KD, they had James Harden, they had Ibaka, they had Westbrook. Is not the hold on, let me just say this on record. This is not the biggest, youngest super team OKC's ever put together.
No.
That other super team was better.
Yeah, but then money split them up.
Yeah, but this one actually just went on to win the championship.
To be fair, to be absolutely fair,
Who you want to pick?
that does sound
Knicks?
no that does sound ridiculous. If you're a young person and you don't know better, it sounds absolutely crazy to say Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden were on the same team.
Now-
that sounds insane.
Go when you see your son, ask your son to take you to the take you to the youngest person he knows and then say that to them. Ask them if they remember when OKC had their original super team.
I'll do that.
That blow your mind because these little kids. I was like, but what? Like you think this is a super team? Well, you wasn't. They went to the finals against LeBron.
the super team is just SGA.
They can't tell him that. They think what's your boy name? We used to play for the Lakers. Caruso. They think Williams. I was like, bro, what? You don't. That's
Nick
not
Collison.
a super team. Nick Collison was on that team. Come on, man. Jeff Gray was on that team. That was the original OKC super team.
They draft so well.
No, they do draft.
They
well.
really draft so well. Like it's ridiculous. Like just hearing this, and then you realize they drafted every single one of them players.
Because
Like
no one
all
won't
of
go
them.
there.
Like it made no sense. They drafted all of them.
I was like, they left Seattle and they just went on an all-time run in the draft. Don't sign Presti. This is current. This is current. Go back in your books, read the history. OKC had a better super team before now.
Well, this one won, so
Different NBA.
well, they didn't have to go against LeBron. They went against Tyrese Halliburton.
That's probably why LeBron judging up right now.
and he got hurt. So, all right, so let's head to week 7. This is going to be. I hope this is one for the books and one for the books in a good way. We already got off to a very interesting start on Thursday night. Let's go to the first set of games on Sunday. And again, another reminder, NFL is still in London. Thankfully.
I just found out that all these games aren't actually in London. I didn't know that was a Germany game already.
Yeah, there's a Spain
I did
game.
not
There was
know.
a Brazil game.
Yeah, they started in Brazil. Yeah.
I did not know that was an Ireland game.
Paulo.
I was like, wait, when?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, one of these games was in Ireland.
So remember, football starts at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So set your lineup. Wake up very early to set your lineups or do it the night before. Make sure you get all of your prop bets in before kickoff. Don't get caught slipping while you in church and you check your phone, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. You're in church, you check your phone, you see the game is in
Church
the
is
third
at
quarter.
what, 10 a.m.?
Depends on where you go.
Yeah.
Ours is 10. I know some go at
So
11.
that means you could be in the parking lot. If you need some tips, go to Niles Church, talk to them in the parking lot before you get them parlays in. And then you could pray about it.
my mom ain't gonna let me talk to.
No, my advice is always
I gotta go
make
to
your
church.
deposits on Saturday. Saturday evening, start to settle down. Go through your numbers, go through your stats. Stats matter when you bet. Look
all
at
the time. Stats always matter.
Shout out Kobe, greatest ever
Shout
do.
out Cowboys.
That too. But anyway, yeah. Make your deposits tonight. Settle down. Get into the numbers. See what's up there, and then make your bets early tomorrow morning.
So last week, I was watching the game and I said, I feel sorry for the people of England because if the NFL is trying to do outreach. No, seriously, if they want to grow the game and you want people to enjoy it, why are you sending them Jets Broncos? That was a terrible game. That game had one
Because
touchdown.
you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to host the Super Bowl one year.
I think it's a step beyond just hosting
Give
the
them
Super Bowl.
something better than
No,
that.
but they're going to have to host the Super Bowl first before
Ready for this?
they have a franchise.
When they first
not.
introduced this European series, it was all Jaguars.
yeah.
The Jaguars are finally good. Why they in London? This is how I know the NFL is sending the worst of the worst.
Game 1 this week, Rams at Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in London.
And now nobody's gonna score. Watch.
Because you know
Puka's
what?
out.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a big thing to note when you talk about betting on this game. I'm sure that is going to move the lines. Puka Nacua officially ruled out. But in terms of prop bets, look closely at Devontae Adams because his numbers will have to see an uptick in production. You know, Matthew Stafford's going to sling it no matter what. Pause. But on the other side, I'm having trouble trusting Brian Thomas. He was supposed to be putting up big numbers this year. He always has a crucial drop. I think they need to lean heavier into Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I think
When you say you having problems trusting Brian Thomas, Trevor Lawrence looked at, he was like, same, bro. Same. Because this was supposed to be the year.
this was supposed to be the year. And I know they lost to the Seahawks, but that game shifted completely on a play where Brian Thomas had a chance for an easy third down conversion, and he just dropped it. And if it was the first time this season, then yeah. But it's been a recurring theme. So I think you got to give Travis Hunter more of those opportunities. But to go back to what Carter was saying, maybe the NFL was trying to say, hey, which fan base needs help? Which fan base needs international attention? And that's why they send the Jaguars there so much. So now
That's because the owner signed the deal with the NFL.
I think he was Khan was trying to. I think he wants to move. If there was an option available, he'll move them.
Let's put it this way: the
you
Jaguars.
think he wants to stay in Jacksonville?
No, yeah, but the Jaguars were so bad they weren't selling as many tickets as they were in England, and they were selling them probably at a better price, so he was making more money. Business, man.
Little Duval could be
Anyways,
so sad.
Jacksonville's going to win this game.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I like the Jags in this one. This is a get right game for them. I don't know what Matthew Stafford's going to do without Puka Nacua. Like, when was the last time
he's going to lose the game?
When was the last time we've seen him play without him or Cooper Kupp? I don't know. I hope Devontae Adams ready.
Who's Cooper Kupp playing for now?
Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah, he's their second option. He had a touchdown last week, but JSN looks like top 3 receiver in the league right now. Patriots, Titans.
That's an easy one.
Bro.
What?
No long conversation. You know where they're going?
Yeah. 5-2. 5-2.
Y'all think so?
3
Bro,
touchdowns.
they just fired the coach.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. You know what usually happens after that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. Probably like 250, maybe 300.
I think Cam Ward has a game, gentlemen.
Look at you.
I think Cam Ward has a game,
But that's how
gentlemen.
I know you racist, you know.
What?
That's how I know you racist.
How can I be?
Because there's nothing in this game that tells you Cam Ward is going to have a good game.
What do you
There's
mean?
nothing.
Last week should have been the game when they played against the Raiders.
No.
He ain't do nothing. He disappointed me that game. Now all of a sudden he's going against the Patriots, and the Patriots are going to dog him up.
Human me. What is Cam Ward going to do?
I believe in the inspiration of coaching changes. It's always good for one game. We are going to go back to this tape.
You know who was the first person to call the Titans head coach after he got fired?
Ooh.
Mike Vrabel. You know why he called it?
My bad,
Because
bro.
boy, that my bad, bro. And he got obliterate the Titans this weekend.
I think we will go back to this tape
Uh-huh.
and we are going to say, wow, look at how this turned out.
Wow.
Exactly how we thought.
Drake made 5 touchdowns.
I'm taking the Titans at home in this one.
Wait, what?
The views and opinions.
Thank you. Definitely. Brad had a button this man.
Talk to them, Brad. We got to make. This is why we got to make the button for when things like that happen. We just got to press the button to say the views and opinions expressed. Saints and Bears. Bears are hosting this one. I'll go first. I like the Bears to win. I feel like Caleb Williams, Swift, and this team has actually turned the corner. I feel like it took a while for the Ben Johnson thing to settle in, but I feel like it's here now. I think the Bears are a legitimate team that you can rely on to win.
I ain't got to talk too much about because the Saints dead. Yeah. The Bears have shown they can play football.
No, I agree with John. All that is true. The thing that has impressed me the most is I didn't expect Caleb Williams to actually turn around the season. After his rookie year, hear me up.
I mean, it's called progression.
But he never really played like poorly to the point
but
where
he
you think
never
he'd be
really
done,
played
you know?
good. Like watching what Jalen Daniels did year 1, seeing some of what Drake May did, I didn't think Caleb Williams kind of stuck his claim as, no, I should have definitively been the number 1 pick in that draft. I think now he's back in a conversation say, hey, he's a really good player. He may still have been the best player taken in that draft.
Okay, but I think the problem with that is when sometimes some people have incredible success, we tend to judge everybody by that same standard.
That's what we do in sports.
I know, but Jaden Daniels that was not a typical rookie. That was not a typical rookie year. So to judge everybody by that is kind of tough.
But CJ Stroud had a great rookie year too.
I regress. I've been saying it for 2 years now.
He didn't regress.
He regressed, bro. He's not CJ Stroud. He's not what we saw.
He put up 44 points on the Ravens. Game number 4, Miami Dolphins on the road. They are headed to Cleveland. to face the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel in the Cleveland Browns.
Dylan Gabriel will get his first win this season.
I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to finish this game.
He's
Because they're going to
finish-
cancel it because of weather?
Yeah.
Because
No.
apparently the big issue of this game is the weather. The Dolphins-Browns game in Cleveland could have 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. Forecast 94% chance of rain, 36 mile an hour gusts, and 65-degree weather. This is very important.
Well, that's the Dolphins' best defender right now.
Yeah.
That's the shot they have. But
They can't run the ball well.
not between the tackles. I think the Dolphins win this game on the road, though.
So Dylan Gabriel's getting his first win.
I think the Dolphins win this game on the road. If you look,
You're not even saying that with confidence.
I had no idea this man was this short.
Yeah, he's 5'10".
yeah, he's a little guy.
He's going to get brutalized.
So is Tua. So is Bryce Young.
UCF legend, bro. You know, here's another fun fact.
Baker Mayfield short.
Fun fact of this
Not that
game,
short.
both quarterbacks are from Hawaii.
Ah, there you go.
What?
You know, because people don't think about it when you hear the name Dylan Gabriel. You expect him to have a traditionally Samoan name. But yeah, he's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
This is big for them. I'm taking the Dolphins to win this one on the road. Carter, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Browns, but I don't think Dylan Gabriel finishes
Dylan
this game.
Gabriel's going to...
You think Shador coming in to win this game?
I think so.
Okay.
We're going to run this tape back, too.
The apparently amazing Carolina Panthers on the road to face the New York Jets.
Oh, my God. They're going to be 4-3.
If they get by the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Justin Fields has to have a bounce back game, John. He threw for 48, whatever it is.
That was his bounce back game.
Yeah.
40-something yards? That's like one play.
How much did he have a rusher?
It wasn't much.
Bounce back game.
Anything he does is better.
Yeah, literally anything he does is better. He's going to supersede all his numbers in the first quarter. But listen, I'm not going to lie. Because this is how the tides turn in these things, right? The Panthers had that incredible game, and watch they come out and lay an absolute
I don't
egg.
think so. I'm not saying that they've turned the page, but I feel like they actually put a team together.
I'm taking the Jets at home. I think Justin Field gets his first win.
I got the Panthers.
Both of you going Panthers?
Yeah.
We know why you're picking the Jets. It's okay.
I get in that.
Bryce Young, they're both there, so y'all can't even use y'all black quarterback thing.
Shades, bro. There's different shades.
They both light skin. What are we talking about?
Not the same.
No, y'all just making sounds. Like, none of that is true. Like, literally pull up pictures of them. They look like... All right, whatever. Where are we? Eagles and Vikings.
I feel like Bryce talking like 2 shades lighter.
That is absolutely not true. It's probably the other way around. Eagles at Vikings. The Eagles desperately need a get-right game.
How are they 4-2 and they don't look that good?
They need a get-right game. They started off 4-0, but 3 of those games were so many games in the NFL are one-scores games, but 3 of those games really came down to like the last play.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing.
So you're going with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going with... I don't believe...
Okay, I figured. I think the Vikings are going to win this game.
Is Carson Wentz still playing, or is JJ McCarthy going to be back at some time? It's still Carson Wentz. Yeah. No, I think the Eagles win. You know why I'm taking them? I do not see this team losing 3 games in a row.
For that reason alone, I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Because I don't
You
see...
feel too strongly about too little. I can take the Vikings. I feel like the safe bet. If you're betting this, just pick up what Niall said just now. Go the opposite way.
Y'all tripping. Raiders and Chiefs. Did Gino sort it out? Nope. Chiefs... Rashee Rice is going to be back. I feel like he's going to have 120 yards receiving. Patrick Mahomes is going to be running around like it's 5 years ago again.
Y'all give that man the refs. Y'all give that man a receiver.
Nobody gave him the refs. He's the most talented person to ever play the position. Tom Brady's more accomplished than him, but I think he's...
Talent-wise, he's probably the most talented quarterback ever. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's better. Tom Brady's obviously more accomplished. I'm just saying I've never seen anybody play the position the way Patrick Mahomes does. That's not a knock on Tom Brady. The man has 7 Super Bowls. Nobody can take that away from him.
I got to stop this, bro.
You cannot tell me the way Patrick Mahomes plays it is... Anyway, whatever.
So let me ask you a question.
I'm taking the Chiefs to win.
Physical talent. Physical talent?
All of it. All of it.
Shocking.
It's not shocking. Do you know how many different ways Patrick Mahomes has won?
Shocking.
So many different ways.
All the ways.
I watched Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl on a bum leg that they took him into halftime, couldn't walk. Came out, had the game-winning scramble
Who
to
he's
win
playing
the
against?
Super Bowl. doesn't matter.
I just asked for the record.
Anyway, so I assume we're all going Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right. Giants at Broncos. I think the Giants thing was cute. See, this is the kind of games that Bo Nix gets.
Giants are going to win this one.
I don't think so.
I mean, I hope Bo Nix goes off because I have to play him in fantasy this week and I'm playing you.
All right, so no, Bo Nix really is. But they could win a game without him going off, as they showed last week. So, but no, I think the Broncos are going to win this game. I don't think they're going to need Malik Neighbors, and I think people are forgetting that the best player on that team is Malik Neighbors, who's on the IR. But they're going to need him to have like a version of the triplets that can string together a couple wins. Indiana Jones and the Colts against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Man, Daniel Jones is a great quarterback, and the Chargers are not going to be able to beat the Colts. They barely beat the Dolphins.
Here go the Colts.
I'm just happy for Cardo. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing Cardo. This is the first time I'm seeing you from these things, right? Mac Jones, Daniel Jones. I mean, you must feel vindicated.
I did not listen to the full episode, but somebody sent me a clip of John talking about. So the question was, why did you feel so strongly about Daniel Jones?
I can see why now.
I have my thoughts and ideas, but I can't express them.
Nah, I'd like to hear. Because let me just say this.
It's a colloquial expression that a lot of young Bahamian men say, but it would be in poor taste to say it on air.
I finally see it. I see the vision, Cardo.
All I'm saying is exactly what he has the time to throw the ball now. He was like that he came out of college. And that's why I wanted the Patriots to take him. I did. We didn't take him. We ended up with Mac Jones. A couple of years later, Mac Jones is also good.
I think the Chargers get this win at
racist
home.
boy.
I mean,
Justin
this one he
Herbert's
can't do
white.
this one. This is
doing?
non-applicable.
Packers at Cardinals.
Let me explain you what.
Okay, go ahead.
Could Justin Herbert run the ball?
Not really.
Compared to all the other quarterbacks we just talked about.
Running is not a
Who's he
specific
playing
black
now?
thing. He's playing. Daniel Jones runs. As a matter of fact,
Daniel Jones is the fastest
yes,
quarterback.
thank you. Good. Stats, baby. You have been destroyed by stats because you made it a running thing. And Daniel Jones had the fastest run ever for a quarterback in NFL history.
Shut up, Daniel
Didn't
Jones,
he trip on that play too?
He absolutely did. He absolutely did. It's so embarrassing. Packers at Cardinals, and before y'all do a thing, both of the quarterbacks in this game are black.
No Kyler's out, right?
Jacoby Brissett's the backup. He's the one who almost went in there and former team the Colts. He almost won that game.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he always good for
That
one
was
of
a
them
pass
games.
interference, though.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what, he ain't doing two of them games. Packers about to roll.
Yeah, Packers for sure.
I would go with Packers as well.
A game that I am staying away from because I promised this Sunday I am not touching the Dallas Cowboys. Washington Commanders on the road. They are going to Jerry's World facing the Cowboys.
Oh, Commanders could win this.
I leave it to y'all.
I think Commanders. I think it's going to be closer
With Daniels back, Commanders going to win.
because I think what's the points in this?
I took a mental health break from there. It's 45.5.
over.
Jesus Christ!
I could be over.
Spread?
3.5.
I
What's the
was-
spread?
I'm not looking at it.
Oh, I thought you were. Sorry. Because if it's more than 3, I'll take the points for the Commanders. I'm gonna say the other word. You know they're coming back though.
Atlanta Falcons on the road coming off a big win against the Buffalo Bills. They face a depleted San Francisco 49ers who might be on the brink of a quarterback controversy. Definitely don't have their leader on defense, and they may have been able to withstand all the other injuries. I don't know if you withstand losing Fred Warner. That one hurts. I think the Falcons win on the road.
Mark Jones just took it personal. 4 touchdowns this weekend for Mark.
That's fine.
Drake London's going to have a big game.
Falcons will probably score 5.
Is Drake London still on the trading block?
No.
Oh, my fantasy team he is, just in case.
Okay.
After the game that he had?
Yeah, I got to get value other positions.
Let's take it to Monday night, and this is my early pick for game of the week because
Why are you doing 2 games on Monday, NFL?
the reason this hour is sponsored by Everybody Wins
No,
Live
I think they
Sportsbook.
prepared
It's
for.
all for gambling.
No, they're preparing for what the NBA is doing. They have to get you hyped up to. Bro, NBA doing a doublehead on Mondays now.
It's for gambling.
Okay.
Detroit Lions host Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield does not
MVP.
want to play an easy game. He does not want to blow anyone out. He wants every game to be close because that's when he performs at his best. I think if the Buccaneers are blowing a team out, he will start to throw the game to make it close because that's the kind of excitement that he wants. It's incredible.
He should have been a Dolphin then.
Boy, what a sick. Anyone could have had him. We really could have had him.
Especially when we had that playoff thing.
He's so
We
good
said
and
we
so
should have
fun.
had him.
I messaged Kev while the Buccaneers was playing. I was like, congrats, dog, because it must feel so good to pull for someone so fun.
I think Bucks are gonna win,
I do think the Bucks are going to win, too.
and they're in a dome.
This is going to be a big game. I think it's going to be high scoring. It's going to look a lot like that Bucks-Seahawks game. It's a perfect segue to our final game of the week. Houston Texans on the road facing the Seattle Seahawks. Do we officially apologize to Sam Darnold? Is Sam Darnold good?
Well, you won't, but you're gonna go with the Texans. We know that,
You don't know what it is.
and I think that the Texans are gonna win this game.
Are we going to call John racist for picking the black quarterback?
No.
Me and John agree. All right.
I agree too.
Texans win.
But he has regressed. Let me just say it for the record.
He has not regressed. That's it for the NFL. But remember, this hour brought to you by Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. And while you focus on the NFL, also focus on the boxing ring. Let me set the scene for you. Imagine the lights. Imagine the crowd.
Miami.
Imagine the energy. And you, ringside in Miami, watching Jake Paul take on Javonte Davis. Everybody Wins Live is giving 2 lucky players a chance to make that happen. Every $50 sportsbook bet you place between October 16th and November 8th gets you entered to win an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the big fight. 2 winners, 2 tickets each. Bet big, win even bigger. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, where every wager can take you places. We'll be back next week for the Accredited, and we are going to play back all of these things where everyone was saying that I was wrong. And I will be
And
proven
show that
right.
you're wrong.
Yeah. I probably could be wrong anyway. We'll be back next week.